Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. How's your morning going? What up, Yayo? My morning's going all right. Last night was a little rough. I might look a little tired. Feel free to do the usual thing. Frodan, you look so handsome, but why do you look so tired? Didn't really sleep much last night. Family's been kind of sick, so just kind of hard to get good sleep. I'm actually not sick myself, but everyone around me is sick, so it's been like tricky to like when I lay down to sleep, someone's usually coughing or my baby's screaming because he's not feeling good, and so it's just like I didn't really sleep much last night. That's okay. That's why my voice sounds so deep because I think I'm still like waking up. How much power do you have today to argue with people? I'm feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm feeling like a little Keanu Reeves like today. I'll let people win arguments today. All right, on the agenda, we are going to be doing the CN regional semifinals lower bracket. This is people's who didn't win their group in the semifinals. They got 3rd to 6th, and they did 2 groups of that. So it's like basically seeds number 15 to 12, or sorry, 5 to 12, because the top 4 people advance. 5 to 12 plays in an 8-man bracket for the last 4 seeds of regionals. So it's basically like a lower bracket. Then, believe it or not, I'm going to play some ranked today. And I watched Emily Wang for like 20 minutes today and realized that she is a true homie, because there's no possible way I look bad when Emily Wang is posting a 6 8 8 8 8. You guys had to just had to see this. You just had to see this.
Wait, isn't it actually Pandora's Bench? Like actually?
It's a generational performance out of the Wang. Where do we have it? Do we have it? It's because I'm covering it. It's 6 8 8 8 8. Oh, she went 1. She went 1. Nice. There it is. Because you need to give them false hope, and then you go right back to the bot foring. So we're gonna be watching the semifinals of that, and there's no way that I look bad. I feel like I'm out of shape in TFT because I basically haven't really played in like a week and a half. So sometimes when you don't play for a while, you kind of forget how to play. Not much in terms of the like pre-show, pre-stream yap session. Is there any news? The only news I saw was that Mortdog officially leaked something of the new set. In case you guys didn't see it. Mortdog did leak something from the new set. Wait, what he posted? Rammus is not in the new set. No Rammus allowed. Dang. Also, I saw this. Mortdog. Hello, Emily. I heard you were having some trouble, so I went and adjusted your shop odds on your account to be worse. So keep having trouble. Hope this entertains your chat. Don't apologize for the truth. You know what's happening, but I do. This is revenge for all the bounds yapping. It's my turn. And she just 6 8 8 8 8. And then yeah, straight running it down. That's good stuff. That is good stuff. All right. Dude, China regionals always popping off. Emily's LP looking like Tesla stock. Looking like a lot of stocks. Whose portfolio is in the gutter? I mean, my wife manages, and I think like this is not financial. Oh my god. Wait, we have big stage. Wait. Holy shit, we finally are in studio. Oh my god. Let's go. I mean, they've been doing like the player booths, but I've been waiting for this. Yo, okay. They always show up. Regionals, semifinals. We love lands. All right. Wow, they actually have like an audience. This dude's just playing TFT on his phone, probably. Dude, the show has started. Oh man.
现场以及直播屏幕前的各位意识朋友们，大家下午好！欢迎大家来到我们今天比赛的现场，欢迎大家来到 TOC10 第10届英雄联盟云顶之弈全国总决赛复活赛的比赛现场。
I feel like I should know who she is. She feels very famous to me. Candace? Okay, that's not. I don't know that. He's also an LP. Ah, wait. I think that might be it. He's playing his decay games.
不过我希望听到我们比赛当中，大家可以为你们喜欢的意识选手们加油。
These thin glasses are like kind of in. It's like the U jelly glasses is what I say. You get scuffed closed caption. Unfortunately, this is not on YouTube. If I understand something. I haven't practiced my Chinese in a while. I started to lose touch with it. It's been like 6 months since I last practiced, and now I'm starting to like really lose it.
冠军选手们将会获得100万大奖，同时前4名的选手将会直接获得
Okay, the good news is that we get to skip a lot of this. I just want to see the player intros. I want to see them walk out. It's just because that's part of the theatrics of it, right? They go through all this effort. LightYgo, yes. This is LiTuChuan. LiTuChuan made it to multiple regionals before, has made it to worlds before. He has gone to PC and mobile regionals.
让我们有请 TOC10 虎牙虎将杯 S8 冠军7月逆流张飞扬。
Chang Feiyang. This guy, he's kind of new. There's a couple of underdogs. I am not very good at pronouncing all their names. I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I pull it up just to make sure. But yeah, this guy is relatively new. Oh, LilUo, this guy is the Set 6 world champion. He made it to the final lobby of Macau. He is one of the most successful players in China. So he's back. In fact, he's kind of a meme in China. Like, people say he has kind of a distinct like look, and so people kind of say, "Oh, you look like LilUo." This is TianLong. TianLong is a player who grinded for a long time and never really had success. He only did well in Super Server and Ladder, and then kind of recently, over the past 2 sets, he finally started popping off. So it's kind of a little bit like Dish Soap-esque, where like Dish Soap competed for like 6 sets, didn't have like the tournament, the end tournament results, and all of a sudden has qualified a lot. Now TianLong for the past 2-3 sets, where people said like, is he ever gonna really break out? He's done well in ladder. He's actually starting to pop off. So he made it to Worlds back 2 sets ago, I think. And was it last set? He's generally like performed like really well the last couple sets. This is PaiMengRen. He has actually been more known for mobile. He actually I think won a mobile tournament before, and he's done well in Super Server. He's actually kind of a Super Server beast. Usually goes really far. I mean, all these players who have qualified are usually like either tournament consistent gods or Super Server gods. Like, are people who just like climb ladder a lot. This player I'm not entirely sure much about. Let me actually look up him. It is this guy is, oh, is this BigBol? Okay, this is BigBol. I actually didn't recognize him, but this guy, like, I just need to show you guys this guy's accomplishments. I've seen his name so many times. Just look at it. 3rd Super Server, 7th Super Server, 9th at, okay, he based on regionals, 6th at Super Server, 14th at Super Server. This guy just basically like crushes ladder. I've seen his name all the time. This guy is just like the ladder, the ladder dude. This guy is like kind of a true ladder warrior. So, oh, they Juan Mei, Set 5 world champion, commentating. He looks so serious.
Hello， 大家好，我是解说林手。
大家好。It's like a hello everybody. Very formal way to do it. This guy's name's 11, I think. He's like a famous commentator. All right, production is great. Chonk's Lucky Garden. They set this one up in Macau. It's actually pretty cool. All right. All the advertisements. Baidu. That's like their Chinese Google. Scatterbrain. Thanks for the 12 months. Appreciate it, man. 1 year. Thanks for the content. I'm still bad. Don't worry. We get a little bit less bad together. How's the bracket system? So the way China brackets work is that basically you don't really get eliminated. You always get a second chance because they understand TFT is high variance. The trade-off is you play 5 games in a group. So you play 5 games and then they take the top 2 cut. Then 3rd through 6th get put into the lower bracket, and 7th, 8th get eliminated. And so these are the players who got 3rd to 6th in their first groups. China's also really big on not playing shuffled groups. Like, I know that people would play, if there's 16 players, they shuffle lobbies like every 2 games. But in China, they don't do that. They do 1 lobby, you play against your lobby, and that way you kind of have the narrative from beginning to finish. I actually like this. I actually prefer this because it creates more interesting like storylines of how the day develops and how people adapt to each other. The shuffled lobbies do make it, like, I guess, more fair that you're not just like getting like lobby RNG, so to speak. But I do think that it creates stronger narrative for following. So I actually like China's format in general, but that's also why they do regionals so slow, because they do 1 group a day. And so everyone has broadcasted games. There's not a single person that plays off stream. So that's an advantage. But part of it is because China does full-fledged production. And so it's like they have a bunch of money invested. For us, we can't really afford to do regionals as like a 7-8 day tournament. They do it as like a full week and a half, 2 weeks of games. And we have it over 1 weekend. But I personally, I really think it's a shame that we have so many off-stream games. And it's like like the reason why we need like 20 co-streamers is so you can watch all the lobbies if you want. All right. I kind of covered almost all these player storylines, so hopefully you guys are familiar with it. And this guy's one of the underdogs. You're wondering how they got so many people in studio. I mean, it's not like a crazy. This isn't like, you know, this isn't KC in France doing the exhibition show match of League of Legends. There's not that many people, but if you do show up in studio, you get entered into a drawing for a chibi giveaway. So they definitely sweetened the deal. All right, we got Vander, Golden Gala. If TFT production was like this, I could watch these kinds of tournaments all the time. Man, the shot just looks good. Look at this. Like, you can see the crowd in the background with the guy. So if he's like high rolling with people with the lit up golden spatula, they can wave it. That's good stuff, man. I just wish I didn't have to watch people not have cam or have scuff cam and just like watch them in their bedrooms, you know. It's just less interesting. They got the budget again. I know, right? I know. Are they showing each player's personality type? Yeah, they also have their heart rates. They link up them with like watches to have their heart rates. Okay, a little bit of a pause. We can fast forward. One of the many benefits of watching on VOD. You can just skip if they have any tech pauses or anything like that. They also get cool jackets, right? Customized jackets for qualifying and playing on stage they get to keep. They do it every single set. So I would love that too.
Man, I'm getting
it's a lot of small things that China does just better than us. Get used to it. Get used to it.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Umaboshi. 7 months, man. Thank you so much. Clyde, thanks for the prime as well. Yayo, the heart rate is a little excessive. I don't think so. You would think it's like, okay, I don't need to see all that, but it actually gets really exciting because you see them do a crazy roll down. Like, let's say they take Golden Egg or they take Trade Tracker or whatever, some big cash out thing. It's really fun to see them because it ties their emotion. I think put another way, a lot of times people want to see something from this cam, but as a TFT player, you generally play worse the more you're overreacting, right? Okay, Bio, what up, Bio? Bio's in chat, Milk's in chat. They'll tell you that the more they let themselves succumb to their emotions while they're playing, the worse they're going to play. But you can tie their emotion state, like even though they have their poker face, even though they're calm, right? Even though there's no reaction, you can see their heart rate climb up. So you kind of get a sense of how their emotions are actually going. Because in TFT, you have to stay locked in. You have to stay locked in. Like you can't like lose focus. And just be like, oh my god, I got more dogged, whatever. If you do that, you're gonna like lose precious seconds to actually do plays. It's actually a good thing, trust me. Petition to also have your personality type in your cam. Sure. Okay, what doesn't kill you? Pyromaniac. Just to go over the augments here. So we have, this is you guys can't see it. No scout, no pivot. Mace's Will, Pandora's, Crown's Will, Slammin', War for the Undercity. We've seen people take this a lot. Red buff, and what doesn't kill you. I think TFT should impose player chibis for those who win worlds, saying first place gets their own chibi. I think that'd be kind of cool too. Yeah. You actually have to. I needed experience on tournaments before and doing well to control anxiety. Yes. I mean, do you guys love the clip of Dank memes when he cried making worlds? You know who also did that as well because his anxiety was really high? It was VO. VO, when he made his first worlds, was like weeping on stream, man. It was a great moment. It was super fun to watch. But VO was like straight breaking down as well. He was also losing it. It's hard, man. Controlling your nerves in TFT is really difficult. I wish I could see the heart rate of professional poker players. You're not monitoring 24/7, but in crucial moments to be fun. Exactly. I think people want to see kind of what's going on behind the curtain. Like this guy, he's drinking his coffee and he's already at 136. This is LiShao. LiShao, pretty accomplished player. I would say the favorites in this group, LiShao. LiShao did really well at EWC, if you guys remember. LiTuChuan is also well established, and I think the third player that I would pick is BigBol. Okay, LilUo is good. The problem is I think LilUo is very stubborn. He actually reminds me of like, replay in some ways, which is like he has like very strong convictions on how to play, and sometimes they're like dead on the money, and sometimes it's like, ooh, are you sure? But like when he's on, he is dead on. But like I think LilUo makes some reads sometimes that I'm just like I'm not entirely sure if that's true. But it doesn't mean he's a bad player. Just more like he's just like a strong conviction player. So that's why I'm like hesitant. Like it wouldn't surprise me if he just straight up posts a 40 bomb today. Actually, they play 5 games. It wouldn't surprise me if he just dropped like a 30, like a 36 out of nowhere. But it also wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't get
I'm getting more dogged again.
He's just volatile, I think, a little bit like that. Which is not like replay. Replay is not volatile though. It's like the results are different. Hobo dude, 26 months. Thank you so much. You think this year's EWC is 44? It is. It's basically all but confirmed BO. So. Yeah, EWC is 44. I don't think EWC is going to do 1v1 in TFT because EWC really likes having a unique format compared to the original circuit. And 4v4 is kind of like the EWC thing. They like that almost no one else does 4v4 because it feels like you have to watch them to get the 4v4 experience. Okay, we got one person completely open for it with what doesn't kill you. You guys, I can just take out this. China has so much production, I can just take out the bottom left. I can just take out the bottom left because you guys are. It's like covering augments. It's covering the. It's covering the items. Like that. Covering this cute little GIF in the bottom left. The snake and the Ezreal. This is TianLong that they're featuring right now. You can't really see them. You're a great streamer, Frodan. For the first time I've reached Masters in TFT. Congratulations. Happy for you. Absurd blue board. Hi, Frodan. Your stream in TFT Academy helped me get diamond. All right. All right. Everyone's climbing. You love to see it. This guy has just Swain. If he wants to hold the Swain pair, I think he should definitely do that because Swain is good to play around, and he could probably just play what doesn't kill you into AP flex. He has an open pan. Open pan is probably best for certain reroll compositions like ambushers, but I don't think it's like you can just turn it into a sorcerer emblem if you want. You can also turn it into a visionary emblem, but I don't think he has the items for it. I don't even think Loose Streak visionary is like very good, or unless you're playing QiYue. I think you either play like really far ahead with the Heimer and Malzahar top end, and then you like tempo win streak, or you play like QiYue. I feel like Loose Streak into Heimer is like very sus because there's just some matchups that are tricky that you might lose. Bruiser Twitch with a Swain pair, maybe. His items lean that way actually though. He does have glove and cloak. That's much more physical damage oriented, but we'll see. If he's playing what doesn't kill, you can play anything. I'm just basically laying out options that he has right now, but you know, a lot could change. A lot could change. You can get dropped a Reforger and all of a sudden make spatulas. He might get dropped another spatula with a gold orb. He just makes it into a tactician's crown, like a fawn. It's all up for grabs. Just kind of laying out options. More importantly, right now, the way to watch these lobbies is to see how macro is set into the 8 players. Like, see how many people are playing AP, how many people are on the same line, what augments people are picking. Looks like at least 3 people are playing AP of some kind. How many people are re-rolling? Oh, this guy's going Corky. He might just play Scrap. He sold his Swain pair. Interesting. Because he found Corky. And his items are leaning more towards Corky. Scrap doesn't exactly super spike off of the pan, but he could make an artillerist emblem. So he's like open. Like if he gets an artillerist augment for an artillerist crest, he could just go 6 artillerist as well with his sword, glove, cloak. I mean, it leans towards AD. The reason why I was thinking about Swain is because you want to think about the first set of direction you can build around to stop your loose streak, and Swain pair is pretty good. But Corky with AD is pretty good. He's holding Nocturnes. He could also play into Quick Strikers. It's really he might just do like a wait till 3-2 just before deciding. What about Scrap doesn't kill you? It's okay. I personally think that line makes sense to play. I don't. The problem is a lot of times I've seen it just loses. Wait, 5 QiYue? This guy's 5 he hit Soko on 6. 147 heart rate. Yeah, you're telling me. This guy jumped to 147 heart rate out of nowhere. Where was he at the beginning? He was in the 120s and now he's at almost 150. Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. That'll do it. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see at the heart rates. LiShao. So we know LiShao did well at EWC. He won EWC. He also got top 4 at TSI. TSI is like MSI. He got 4th at Set 11 Worlds. That's right. Has done well at multiple regionals. Top 8 at multiple regionals. This guy is very accomplished. One of the most winning players in recent times. I mean, first at EWC gets you a lot of money, but he was on Wolves. 0 out of 100 sacks. Yep. He basically only hit QiYue at the very beginning, but he hit QiYue very quickly. Alright, what does the one doesn't kill you player take? Do you take Trade Tracker? Okay, then he's Scrap 100%. Is Trade Tracker a magic roll? How much health does the QiYue player have? He is at 74. He's at 74. He's in 6th place right now. Is this Trade Tracker? If this is Trade Tracker, then this guy is... He could win the game, and also we've seen people play Trade Tracker and bomb out. Like they just don't get it in time. They only have 1 turn to stabilize, and believe it or not, even though you get 6 scrap and Trade Tracker cashed out, if your board is all 1-star, you might just lose anyways, especially if people are re-rolling. They'll crush your board. You don't have enough damage. His spot is teetering. It's pretty high chance that he wins. There's also a pretty high chance he goes A.
有打得通，算是一个比较常规且
Double Shojin, Death Cap, Red Buff, Spark, Salvage Bin, AP Flex. AP Flex leaning probably towards Sorks, but also could play Silco, could play a couple of stuff. Probably not Heimer, no blue buff. Holy cow. Blue buff IEJG.
他是玩那个哨兵皮城的大头，不是玩先知大头。
Who used to like this build back in the day? This is like a Dragonmancer build in set 7. You would play this on like Kaisa or something. Karma? Oh yeah, a Karma build. You're right. This is a Karma build. Oh my gosh. Set 5 Karma. Oh my god.
这边我看四血把
Season 9 Lux. Oh yeah, there was also set 6 Lux. Set 6 Lux with Academy Sorcerer. You would play her blue buff so she cast fast and you would put crit on her because she has so much AP. Yeah. Karma. It was Karma and Lux build. Karma and Lux build. Acel's never been like a blue buff holder. Acel usually like ramp up a bunch of mana and cast big.
你再输2波的话，这2波碰到炼金还好，不碰到炼金其实就血亏呀。就炼金以北伐这边是 B 吧。
Can you explain second row Draven positioning? Well, it's kind of like the idea of Draven, like him needing to walk. He's an auto attack based champion, and so for him to have uptime of his auto attacks is maximizing his DPS. It's maximizing his DPS but minimizing his safety. Because if he's second row here, he doesn't have to waste time walking out for his next auto. And so if you believe your front line is tanky enough to withhold to hold, they'll kill the units here, and then he'll walk up and he wants to walk very much to attack the corner units. What about my SR? Your SR? What are you talking about? Oh, song request. Wait, I don't think we do song request. Oh, do we have song request? Oh, not during VOD. Sorry. Let me refund you. I can't do it like right now. You can do it like maybe later if you want, but. Regime. I'm gonna refund you. Just redeem it some other time.
他上波赢了之后，然后拆装备，而且正好这波碰到，他如果就是这波不碰的话，等于还是要把装备给上。
Redeemed open the chat casino. Okay. People wanna gamble for some points. We have a chat casino for a coin flip. If it's 9:30 in the morning, no time like the present, at 9:30 a.m. Gamba. For some channel points. We're gonna flip a coin for heads or tails so you guys can gamba. Just wager your hard-earned channel points. Is griefing Kenbaron really worth it when you're on a win streak? It can be, but it just depends. It depends if you think your win streak is kind of fraudulent. All right. So this is a trait tracker player. He is 4 traits right now. He has 4 traits right now. I'm not a user for 10 minutes. Jack. What did Jack say? Buddy says, I'm more important, play my song. Oh, I mean, I don't think that's what he's saying. I think he redeemed it yesterday. Alright, Jack, nothing personal. But that's, I guess the rules. Hey, you know what? The thing is, this is supposed to be something for like, kind of the banter where like someone's really over the line. Yeah. Whatever. Later, Jack. See you in 10 minutes. Okay, we're doing trait tracker cash out. It's like, yes, he's hitting these things, but is this guy dizzy? His heart rate fell.
那其实这一把哨兵皮城有一点点卷。
You guys, he's not getting closer. He's at 5 traits. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's looking. He has Nami in the shop. You have Nami in the shop, dude. Nami Swain's like the combo. Nami Swain GP is the combo. Oh, it's magic roll. It's magic roll. Oh, okay. So it's not trait tracker then. I get confused. They look too similar. You know what they need to do? They need to do like a giant M on it. A giant M on it so I can know. When is your flight? I should know that. And also, if I should know that, I probably don't want to say it publicly because I don't think I should tell people what public details of my flight. What, do you want the airline number and everything like that? Trying to shoot down my plane? Listen, man, flying is already a risk, a pretty big risk here in America. I'm not trying to increase my risk by releasing exactly what flight I'm on. What's your seat number? Don't know that either. Don't know. Don't care, except I hope it's not in the middle seat. I don't care about aisle or window. I just don't want to be in the middle. Whoa. 2-star Ambessa, 2-star Zoe. Rumble 2. I.e. Booba Fred. The JG went onto the Rumble, so he's playing Academy. Wow.
成群结队。不是，但问题他是成群结队。7月的时候，我之前的2星5费，我现在感受到了这种压迫了。
Rumble 2 lost. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Rumble 2 might, unfortunately, be kind of a fraud. I mean, this is actually kind of a meme. Basically, you hit Rumble 2 and you lose the round you hit it. It's because Rumble needs time to ramp. If you get Rumble 2 with upgrades and the setup, he's still amazing, but you need to ramp. This guy skips again. So he loses one more, cash out 400. No, he can actually go for 500. He loses again. I mean, this guy's this guy is a tournament champion, EWC champion. He should know. Skips again, but he wants to lose. He skips again, but he wants to lose. Wait, he's playing. Oh, he's playing ambushers though. Oh, never mind. He might just take 400 then. Because let's say he takes minus like 13, 12 for losing. He's at 14. He gets +4. He's at 18. He could lose. He could go for 500. I'm down for 500. I feel like 400 is like very losable if other people high roll, but 500 on Smeech. I mean, the issue is that he might get some really bad perfected items for Smeech. He's at 14. 14 heal up to 18. 18 lose, and then you go for it. I say he goes for it. Okay, he's probably gonna go for 400, but I feel like he should go for it. Okay, he's probably gonna cash out. Is the Smeech on carousel? He doesn't want it. Takes glove with a jinx for ambusher. Glove and the glove. Jinx is a really big spike, so he has 5 ambusher now. He probably feels good, so he's gonna cash out 400. It's pretty veg, but 400 is correct here. 400 is correct here. See what he gets. Okay, yeah, holy shit, that's actually insane. That's actually the nuts. And he has ambusher rumble, dude. His spot is crazy. And he hits Smeech 3 here. Oh man. And he hits Shimmer Bloom. Like, he actually got the 2 best possible items. He got Chainblade and Shimmer Bloom. This is an actual first. Like, this is a straight up win out. This is so legal. This is so legal. Even saying Last Whisper had belts left over for Rennie. It's just so perfect, man. It's just so perfect. Like, what even is going on? Okay. And the crazy thing is too, now he has War for the Undercity, so he skips again, and he'll go to 18 HP. And 18 HP is like 2 lives guaranteed going even stage 6 because 12 base. You're not gonna lose by 6 units, so he's gonna have 2 lives. Gross. Really bad for this Scrap player. Scrap player going 8th. Scrap player going 8th. That was a 500, it was a 400. I wanted to go for 500 because I just like seeing 500 cash outs. Anomaly, this is Thorn Skin, I think.
对，7月那边低不到俄洛伊了，已经俄洛伊都快被拿完了。
这把用的人太多了，然后有一个4倍增援过去帮忙去挤的，挤坑位的。
对，李洛这边法转，外交法师名片给娜美，
直接收法转。
Oh, calling card. Or should I say business card?
大提升。
Business card.
李洛也很对。
Share your energy. That's also really good. Okay. Okay. Share your energy rebels is also very good. There are some like we're talking about what can actually beat things like the Chem Baron board. Like a really high capped rebels might be able to do it.
哦，他应该是体型增大。第二个，
对，那个
魔法投掷
摇了加血。
You always play Speed Tutor with Chem Baron now. I almost never see people push levels. There's other variations you can play. You can also play Visionary Heimerdinger.
感觉不好打李少。
Which one is this? This one looks like Hold the Weak. This one, I'm looking at the numbers. I don't know what they're actually called.
不过这版本的两真没有那么夸张。
This one looks like nothing wasted. I recognize that it gives 50%. Something that would be on Zyra is probably nothing wasted. Hive Mind on Rumble? Okay, got it. Thank you.
就有机会获得猩红之月、小小亚托克斯、召唤水晶等奖励，完成观赛任务更有专属图标、表情等奖励等你来拿，大家可以多多参与。
I was just playing Castrio and hit Mundo 2, Castrio, and 4-3, but only 5 blitz. Do you just push levels and tank Mundo instead of that in spot? Depends. How much HP do you have? I mean, it all depends on your HP and your econ situations. But I would roll for blitz 3. Generally speaking. Unless you know that you can get to 6 Dominators. Like, if you have Mordekaiser on your bench and you level for 6 Dominator, it'd be good. You need to think, like, what are you leveling for? Rumble 2 with Hive Mind. Interesting. He's positioning as if he... Oh, because he has Spite. I was like, he's positioning as if he has Share Energy, but he has Spite, the support item. Okay, nice win. Rumble 2, pretty good. We're finally scaling with Rumble. Remember, he hit Rumble 2 and lost a lot. Why is it the same guy in all the pictures? Haha, guys. Racism is funny. Chinese people all look the same.
他不拿的话，其实就一定没有洛伊了。7月2星结束之后，应该还能赖几波。
4双行4哨兵。
Can we ban that guy? I mean, I'd say already did it. So.
就是哨兵只给2件。他甚至可能打赢那种什么李少没有特别成型的质量。
You know the really messed up thing is that there's actually like a pretty high percentage chance that that person is Asian as well. You know who's the most racist towards Asian people? Asian people. It's actually kind of messed up, but there's actually a really decent chance that that dude's also Asian. If you, and Asian people know exactly what I'm talking about too. Oh. Oh man. Scrap player went. I think he went 8th. Or 7th. It's very close. I had a Chinese friend in college who hated Japanese people. Dude, the Chinese hate the Japanese. They hate like the Koreans. Koreans hate everyone that's like not Korean. It's just like it's very ethnocentric in those countries. My wife has a hard time understanding this when I first met her because she's convinced white people are racist, and I'm like, I don't know how to tell you this, but white people are actually some of the most progressive and open-minded races out there. Because, like, at least they're willing to even have the conversation. Asian people are so racist, they don't even really understand that they're being racist. I'm like, white people at least have this, like, there's a subsection of white people that's actually willing to have this conversation, but Asian people are super racist, and she just didn't believe me for a long time. But she knows now. She knows now. I'm like white people are kind of great, man. They like, there's actually some of them that like want to apologize. That's huge. That's a hot take. That I mean, if you don't believe me, you just haven't traveled the world in Asia or like know like a lot of people who are immigrants from those countries, man. I'm just saying. Like if you like Americans are convinced Americans are like super racist, and it's like, sure, there's probably a lot of them are. Like I'm not trying to get into like a whole socioeconomic / sociopolitical like commentary here, but I just want to say that if you live only in America, you're convinced Americans are the most racist people on the planet. They're not. They're just not. I just have to say that. Anyways. Oh, ultimate hero, Violet. With no scout, no pivot, trench coat. Okay, do you think this is enough to beat? Do you think this is enough to beat the PaiMengRen player? Wait. He's at 14. He's dead. Oh my god. That guy went 6. Wait, who did he lose to? He lost to the Rebel play. Oh, I was telling you, man. There's some juice. He lost to Share Your Energy Rebel. There are some juiced boards in this lobby. That Ambusher board is bananas. He has Ambusher Emblem on a Rumble, which is really good. He hits Smeech 3, Rennie 3 with perfect items. And he had like everything set up. But like there's just some crazy stuff here. Share Energy, Rebels. We also have like no scout, no pivot, ultimate hero, trench coat, perfect bis, Violet 4. There, like I wasn't sure, man. I was like, this guy won the game, and then I looked around. I'm like, I'm not so sure anymore. Is this on the new patch? I believe so. Nope, 13.6b. Okay. Well, the reality is, even if it's on the old patch, it's like the same. It's like the same patch. I guess like Malzahar is gonna be less likely for it to be played, but it's like basically same patch. China generally gets the patch late. You know what? This is actually really bad for China that they're playing on the old patch, because that just means that they're gonna be slightly delayed on any like small tech innovations, I guess. Who are the most racist people on the planet? I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on that. I don't think that's a competition that I generally pay attention to, nor do I really want to know the answer to that. Ambusher +1. It's not like most China pros don't have an NA account. Yeah, that's true. I mean, basically, the last patch so the last patch, believe it or not, the innovations on this patch that's happening in scrims is actually quite similar to the previous patch. As in, like, for example, Tristana is starting to climb up more on people's tier list. Like, we went from Tristana from B to A tier on TFT Academy last night. And that is something that is true last patch as well. Like, it's because we're just like learning more things on the patch that's developed, so it's worthwhile. That being said, I'm gonna get harassed for that, so I'm just gonna cover it up now. Trista's good, you just don't have the spot for most games. That's where people are disagreeing now. That's where people are disagreeing. So I did the TFT Study Hall podcast with Disop last night, and we talked about it some. It'll come out over this weekend. But yeah, I met up with Disop. We did a podcast, and you know, Disop wanted to do the podcast like as early as possible, so that way he can focus on Worlds. But he gave me some thoughts. He dropped his latest take on the meta. Dude, it's this Violet is murdering the Rebel player. There's just like levels of how much people are high rolling now. I think this family board is just bananas. Why is the family player positioned that way? As like a full row? Let's see. Well, we've been seeing more people put Draven in the third row to try and get better melee or better auto attack angles. I don't know why he separated the Violet and the Draven. It must have been the last second micro position, just like against to try to counterplay some people. Because generally you want to have Violet and Draven on the same side. Because you want them to focus fire. Second row Draven. Okay, we're kind of back, man. Okay, so the reason why he wants this is because he wants Draven to be able to kill the Zoe. Like, so Violet kills this. He has Quicksilver, so he has anti-CC, so the downside is less bad of positioning this way. So at least, and now Draven kills this, and he can immediately start attacking the top corner unit. Like that. It didn't matter because he won by so many units, but that's like one of the reasons why he would position it this way. He also has double defensive items on Draven, Edge of Night and Quicksilver, so it's quite solid to put him there. Like usually the downsides is you're worried about CC, you're worried about dying, but he has much more like survivability, so you could put him in a little more aggressive position. I can't believe Smeech went 6. That's honestly so insane. You know the thing about it is I think he took exact lethal as well, or like maybe one over. So the idea is that HP preservation really matters. I think if he had 17 HP, he might get like third in this lobby. 16 HP, he might have gotten third in this lobby, but because he ended up like taking just a little bit too much damage and didn't get War for the Undercity to proc, he goes 6. No scout, no pivot is broken B tier on TFT Academy. You know what? If you think it's so good, you should click it like every time. See how that works out for you. Do it. So broken. Yeah, click it every game and see how it works for you. Beast mode. Yu-Gi-Oh is like really good at figuring out how to play angles for first. He reminds me of who's another TM player that does this. I mean, Weijin is like a player that's like that. It feels like every game he's like angling first. Ningli is really good at this too. That guy stole a second with Mel. I think he stole a second with Shader Energy. This stage is so sick. This stage is so sick. All right. Ads. Going to game number 2. Actually, I drank this entire can of caffeine, so I'm going to go to the bathroom as well. BRB. All right. All right, I'll set you guys up with something more interesting than just Chinese people yapping. So just highlights. Okay. All right, be right back.
天鹅了，而且它是有转的，它相当于3战力啊，它的第一个带转，带了主体转。我觉得他是拉走，不用拉，肯定是无敌的。比赛的时候肯定紧张啊，所有4敌会做，就扛伤锤。
All right, we back.
LiShao 底层以及后面2家
Screenshot. Here we go. Screenshots.
我们看小微数量非常
Post
少，
this
但是还
in
是凭借着说刚好披风到
the
了之后
Discord. I usually post this in
再
stream
加上
notes.
这个终极英雄
Stream
当
notes
然因为比较卷，大家可能没有什么期
for
待
my Discord. It's free to join, by the way.
就有
Did you guys know there's a silver party in Counters patch? Yeah, it's part of the. I think there's like some quote bugged or glitched encounters, and that's I believe a spoiler for the next set. Not that I know much more beyond that or anything.
我们这边应该也是准备就位了。
When is Worlds? It's in a week from today, actually. 7 days until Worlds.
第2局
9 points for a first, the CN thing? Yeah, for the most part.
决赛复活赛，这把是冷彩前奏。
Prismatic party.
就是半决赛的，就是
Don't you guys think that everything... What if everything's a hint for the next set? What if everything is a hint for the next set?
来了，
Think about it. Aren't the best kind of twists the one that's been
而且尤
in front of your eyes this whole time?
其实拉开的差距可能就会比较大一点。
You ever think about that?
我反而喜欢这种冷彩前奏或者中章，因为3彩
你不
经
太喜欢
常会
全是彩。
对，经常会废掉一个强化。
哦，
Hold on, I got a DM from Raito.
你不如一些彩和金的联动。
对。
And
也不知道设计师是不是为了平衡3彩不让太变态，导致3彩局
okay, we'll do
感觉
that
资源都会
later
特别少，
today.
都会那种
Okay.
拿了3个海克斯之后，野怪不怎么给你报钱。
Next set mechanic is heart rate monitor.
又出现了，也提醒。
Awesome, and it comes with a free fitness watch, right?
3月9号，我们的3月5号到16号。
Finally, my funds to Riot are paying off. My monthly donation of money in exchange for RP that I never use. You know what? I know that it's not exactly a popular take, but I'm kind of okay spending money on Riot games these days. At least on TFT. I feel like if my money is contributing towards TFT, then it feels like I'm telling Riot that I like what they're doing with TFT.
我们3把选手感觉少云皮神考虑的真的有点多了。皮神
But maybe that's like a not so popular take.
因为相对来说，除非是飓风的一则，不然的话大头难堪重任。
Say what you want about set 13, but I think TFT is doing great. It's like one of the bright lights of Riot that still feels untainted by like pure greed or asinine decision making. I know the most controversial thing about TFT for a lot of players is that they banned augment stats. Not to revive a conversation we've had 100 times by now. But if that's like the worst thing, the most controversial decision that they've made that makes you question like their philosophy on things, then like that's pretty damn good. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the industry, but like if that's like the most egregious thing, it is such a minor thing in the big scheme. Caretakers, Chosen, Zeke's pumping up, Living Forge, Prismatic Pipeline, Tactician's Kitchen. Okay. Pretty basic stuff, nothing too extreme. This is Prismatic Party. Or sorry, Prismatic Prelude. Game 2 of 5. So with Caretaker's Chosen, the Prismatic version of it, basically you get your Prismatic at level 7. So some people reroll with this.
I'm getting more dogged again.
They reroll like a level 7 comp and then they play like a strong rated for it. I'm always a little bit hesitant about this augment because it feels like by the time you commit to your rating item, or rather by the time you pick your rating item, you might have been so committed to your items. Like it feels bad. You basically have to pick a radiant that makes sense for your existing items, but you might already have like your anti-heal and your shred options, and then those are like all you get offered. That's always why I'm like a little bit cautious about it, or like wary about it. Kono, thanks for the prime. I think the Ari skin was a bit too much. Well, that was for League of Legends, you mean, right? The Faker one? Well, I'm talking about TFT. TFT... Okay, what's the most controversial thing about TFT? Probably that, like, they made Treasure Realms gacha even, like, more unlikely to happen. But in reality, if you really think about it, there's like nothing for TFT whales to truly spend their money on. And I know this sounds really weird, but like whales want to spend money on something, so you kind of need to give them a reason to spend money. And they're the ones who ultimately fund the game. Like chibis are expensive, but you get free rolls anyways, so you could high roll it. And let's be real, some base chibis and Little Legends are actually just straight up better than the cutscenes. Like Docat, I think I might be Docat main for the next set. Like I don't think I'm anything else. I think I'm Docat 20 out of 20. And like that's just better anyways, so it's not even like chibis and whatever are just strictly better. And most importantly, TFT is 100% not pay for power. Unlike some other auto battlers that are or strategy games are now starting to do that. So it's like the lack of paying for power is actually a big thing in my opinion, because a lot of players in this genre want to pay for power. They do. It's not to say that it couldn't be better, right? Some people are like, well, you know, compared to League of Legends or Genshin Impact, or you know, what some people are going for extreme. Those are some of the worst models to necessarily compare to. It's like, well, you know what, this is at least it's not a 0 out of 10 or 1 out of 10. It always could be better, but I think TFT is pretty good. All right, so any big commitments? I want to see the Tactician's Kitchen play. Oh, he took Academy +1. Okay, so Academy +1, living forward, LiShao crest. So we got actually 2 people probably leaning towards Sentinels. I want to see what the Caretaker Chosen player is doing. He's holding a Collie, maybe Quick Striker. Quick Striker would make sense because you roll on 7, and that's when you get your rating item. I fucking hate how you have to buy Battle Pass and Battlegrounds to have 2 more hero options. Exactly. And you can pay for more rerolls. Ah, this person's playing Quick Strikers. You got Fishbones. Fishbone. Paying for rerolls is like... I think if Riot ever pays for rerolls, I think I might just straight up lead a hate campaign. I don't care. I was gonna be like, this is a mistake. I'll like maybe do like the whole like day 1 of X until Riot undoes this type of thing. Like you just can't do that, man. It just goes against the whole entire spirit of what this game is. I don't think they will. I think Riot, if Riot like ever does that, it's probably because they like had a complete leadership change. Like I don't think they would ever let that happen. I don't know why people complain cosmetics makes the game more visually interesting. Just don't buy it if you don't want it. No, the problem is people want it. The problem is people want it, and they feel priced out of participating, and they don't like that. If you're a person that has expendable income, but your expendable income is like... It's like either spend it all on TFT and literally do nothing else, or you could have like 15 activities of like going out with friends or like subbing to your favorite streaming service, right? It just feels like they want to add TFT to the mix, but they can't justify it because they feel priced out of it. Those people feel like sad. They don't mind spending $20 on TFT, but if the answer is 0 or 500, it just feels like the game is like missing them. They just feel like they feel left out. That's it. That's the audience that they're missing out on. And Riot saying, well, you know, the reality is, it's not. Some people are willing to spend 500 a lot, and you know they will cover like. I mean, they're worth how many of the people willing to spend 20, 25 of them, and there's a lot of them, so we'll just like cater to them. Some people feel like left out.
哦，
统领我
那也
现在感
是合适的。
受就是我8级
That's
没有铁
basically
男
it.
好
对，
顶。
首先6统领比较关键，
对。
然后就是装备也比较苛刻。
是的，也看第二个 X 什么颜色。然后同时的话
I bought the battle pass on both my accounts for set 13. I think it's fair for the entertainment value I got out of it. I think that's great. Yeah, it honestly, I think the battle pass is okay value in TFT. Like as long as there's like 1 or 2 cosmetics you think are good. Like usually they have a good arena. I'm using an arena that I have off battle pass that I like a lot. His Prismatic Pipeline gave him probably a Masterwork upgrade. We're not seeing his bench. You get full item plus a Masterwork upgrade, right? Yeah. So he has a rating item. I don't know what he wants to play. Maybe Smeech, but none of these items are very good on Smeech except Giant Slayer, maybe. Oh god, maybe it's like AP pivot, like Radiant Spark, and then you pivot to AP, and then you go like Radiant Shojin. That would probably be it. Oh, he's trying to go. Oh, never mind. I take it back. Yeah, I think it's probably just AP pivot here because I think he angled Smeech, but it's just not happening. It's just not happening. He also could go Visionaries though. Maybe he can play Chem Baron, stay on this line, and play Visionaries. Needs the second tier. Go for Radiant Blue. Radiant. Meh. Still not slamming. I guess he's just staying open as option. This is a really tricky spot. His most easy line to play here is Sorks. Oh, Rig Shop. Okay, it's Rig Shop, and then you go 3 reroll Sorks. I think. I think he needs to commit to something pretty quickly. He did go Rig Shop, by the way. Okay, I mean that makes the most sense. Anything that can help you just be like, okay, I want to use this Masterwork upgrade now, and I can like figure it out. He has Swain pair already. It just makes Swain too.
好像个操纵商店，好像是LiTuChuan的。这个算是一个。
What's wrong with spending $0? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with spending money. It's actually a good thing if you spend $0. Because that means that you have impulse control. Or you're broke as fuck. So that might not be a good thing. But the most likely thing is you have impulse control. That's a good thing. Item collector. Silver item collector is less of a big deal to take on 3-2 because you're not trading off a gold tier power level. You guys know that I'm not that big a fan of item collector on 3-2 as a gold augment, but silver I think is more acceptable. And he's playing caretakers, so he's scaling into it. The problem is that his tempo is low. And it looks like he slammed Shojin, red buff with Spark. So he's playing AP with caretakers. I don't like that guy's spot at all. This is the problem with caretakers, is it feels like it can take a really long time to build up to your actual game plan. And unless you get like gold subscription or something to help get you to level 7 quickly for your rated item, it feels like you're behind, like very behind. Zeke's into Twitch, huh? You know how much TFT Exalted compared to League Exalted? I don't even know. Does TFT even have Exalted skins? Is Faker skin considered Exalted? I think it's like a prestige skin or a mythic skin. I don't know. There's some adjective to make it sound so very special and cool. It's a prestige skin. No, it's an Exalted skin. No, it's a limited edition. You know, vintage. Good, I have no clue. I'm just saying shit now. It's just an expensive skin, is all it is. I'm waiting for like, you know, the Gucci Louis Vuitton edition of TFT skins. You know, I actually suggested something to Riot. I said that one day we have way too many chibis that's like kind of hard to show off if you're a collector. So why not have a dress to impress TFT game mode where you have chibis and it's basically a dress-up competition, and you have your collection of chibis, and you can like mix and match different costumes and stuff like that, and it's like a beauty contest. Because like at that, like, what are we gonna do with like our 200 chibis in like a year? Might as well do something fun. Make it like the Pokemon contest, you know? There's like different types and different cool moves you do with your little chibis.
然后那个什么健康就是财富那些，一个吸血还是可能会同时占用你6个强
Gay. None. I mean, gay people would love it. I mean, it captures a different market.
就导致你本来就没有多少选择的情况
First
下
of all, there's a handful of people who would love it who are not gay.
有可能你玩的
But second of all, is there anything wrong with that?
就没得拿了。
但这个好像可以期待下个赛季，因为已经有彩蛋出来加血了。小小英雄都。
I think it'd be pretty funny for both the people who are gay and not gay. Also, I read a lot of Twitch chat, and I feel like just based off the way people like to interact with their Twitch chat, and specifically the chat with the streamer, you can't tell me that there's not at least some homoerotic energy in every Twitch stream, just straight up. I'm just calling it out. I'm seeing a spade as a spade. It feels like almost every stream has like some undertones of big gay energy. And you know what? I get it. I was curious too once upon a time. Less so. Less so now, but like it feels like your favorite things to do is just post pictures of penises.
很难受啊，感觉这个。
是，现在是看着经济也不好，血量也不好。
还好他是第一个痛快。一会儿拉上。
Like a lot of them, not even just a little of them, like a bag of dicks. Not like the fast food chain in Seattle, but like a straight up collection. Like they all like they're Goku and Vegeta, and they fusion dance into like multiple of them. It's crazy. It's crazy out there. Okay, this guy cashed out. He got a duplicator, Flesh Ripper.
这种6仙子感觉就不一定够，很容易，而且很容易没大头。
哎，很难够啊。
Flesh Ripper. So this is not exactly great. He's gonna probably play the Chem Baron with Rennie as a front tank. But the thing is, you kind of want to roll on 8, and he's kind of broke. This is not that much gold. He might not even hit a single Heimer. He's kind of broke. Yeah. Yeah. All right, it's cooked. We're playing more carry all of stage 4. That is not good. This is exactly what I don't like about caretakers. Like almost on the dot. Like everything about this game was like, yeah, it was just awkward to get going early. You don't have any tempo. The commitment to the items is not good. Is not exactly spiking him, and then he's like too poor. I just joined. What's the context? Oh, I was just saying that one of these days, Riot should figure out what we should do when we collect hundreds of chibis that we can't use. And I think that we've established that a lot of TFT players don't even really want to play the game. They just want to collect chibis and complain about it. So why not just lean into the collect chibis part and do like a TFT beauty contest battle royale. Everyone on the carousel just does a runway walk with their chibi, and then everyone votes for it. You can't vote for yourself, and then you get LP based off the best just chibi. Straight up. I think that game mode would be fire. And also, I think it would enable a completely different demographic to get into TFT. Because that shit goes hard on Roblox. The amount of young girls that love like to play those kinds of games. Like my wife told me about it. She like plays dress-up games on Roblox, and it's lit. So yeah. And someone's like, gay! In the background, you know, and of course, they want to talk about how things are gay, and it's like there's nothing wrong with things being gay. Okay, this Zoe 1, not strong enough right now. Gotta hook those Roblox kiddos. I actually do think that in the future, everyone's gonna be like I'm pretty sure the next big game already exists. And I think it exists in Roblox and it's developed by like a 14-year-old kid, 15-year-old kid or something like that. I'm pretty sure that like the next huge gaming movement is already exists. You just have to find the custom game in Roblox. And everyone's gonna be like, man, how come gaming innovation is so like it's just like sequel number 15 of this, or like a Final Fantasy remastered again. Holy shit, so hype. Can't wait to do the same exact plot line and what. But you know what? The shoulder pads on Cloud are even more high definition this time. It's like, okay. I'm pretty sure the next big thing is like in Roblox right now. Because if you guys have ever played Roblox, they basically allow, like, it's actually like one of the best gaming development platforms that's currently out there on the market. If you're a game dev and you want to actually like make money instead of be taken advantage of by the industry, you should actually unironically think about developing on Roblox, because you can get paid. You actually get paid a decent amount if your game is successful. That's actually real advice. That's actually real advice. More dog, back me up here. Back me up. More dogs in chat. I mean, he probably wouldn't like tell you to do the exact same thing as me, but like he knows what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Sorcerers, or emissary, transition. He's gonna put Radiant TG on Elise, I guess, or maybe maybe Ambessa. I put it on Elise. Akali 3. FF7 Rebirth criticism is unwarranted when the original game is nearly 30 years old. Oh yeah, I just like basically joke that it feels like, okay, you know what's an actual better comparison is when like Pokemon re-releases and reports things for like the 16th time. But either way, you get what I'm trying to say. I went with the first example that came to mind. Twitch 1. Yeah. These 4 costs stuck on 1 stars. Looking pitiful on stage 4 in a prismatic lobby. Double prismatic lobby. I mean, yeah, Roblox is like Warcraft custom games from 20 years ago. There's probably some great innovation there. My daughter, 80% of her gaming is on Roblox games. Boom. And if you're a dev, you can just make money off of that in like a way, because the kids will spend Robux. That's what they call them, the money, Robux. And then like you can actually have a working product. You can use that to shop to other game devs or like game publishers or whatever if you want to join them, because like it builds your portfolio. This is calling card, I think. Business card. This is business card. Wait, is Bruiser really the best one? Shouldn't you take like Quick Striker or something like that? Like, because Quick Striker can go on Jinx. Bruiser +1. Do you always force Rageblade IE Twitch? Not always, but that's generally his most established item set. So it's like pretty fine. Triple IE Ezreal. You know what the next subject is of my podcast with Dish Soap for Study Hall? Our next subject that we talk about is diving into stats and figuring out things like this, how to figure out what's the next unit to play. How do you know it's not 6 Watcher 2 Sniper versus 4 Watcher 4 Sniper? We answer a bunch of those questions in the next episode. I can tell Dish Soap doesn't like doing those episodes though, because stats conversations are extremely nuanced and interpretation based, and I think he doesn't like when there's even like you can say something without like a bunch of parentheses or asterisks, like, okay, but that's true if this and that. And so every time we try to teach, like I tried to have a learning moment about stats, Dish would say, okay, but in this scenario, by the way, here's like all the 3 things you have to consider. And it's like, okay, man, we're just trying to teach people how to understand and learn stats a little bit more in depth. Don't have to go into depth about like every single quarter case scenario, because he doesn't want to be wrong and like mislead people into understanding the wrong thing. It's just very funny. It was very endearing. It comes from a good place. He wasn't like mad or anything. It's just he wants to very much like help people understand the correct analysis.
巨人体型，洛里斯，这也太大了吧！
I had a client, I'm a lawyer, that her daughter got their credit card and spent $1,500 on Roblox. And thought someone had stole it like in fraud, and I had to do investigation. When I found out, I blamed the bank, and we won.
但还有容错在。
Okay, sounds like I'm hiring you next time I get into financial problems. Because you have no problem lying. Okay, not lying. You have no problem interpreting the law favorably for your client. Macaulay, Crown Guard. This is definitely like a small innovation within Quick Strikers as well that we're seeing. A lot of these Asian Chinese players love Crown Guard on Macaulay. Allows her a little bit to take more punishment. It feels like you would play Crown Guard as like the replacement for Edge of Night or something. Like Crown Guard, JG, Guard Break or something. Hodge.
LiTuChuan乌鸦还没删吗？要顶不住了。
契约胆子还是挺大的，就是现在这个质量，他可能也觉得我在就算再去刷也。
Pretty easy to get your money back. It's just that they're gonna ban that account. Yeah. Yeah, probably. Blizzard does that too, I think. Like, I think you could like charge back or whatever, but they'll like ban your account or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, Twitch. Bronze for Life Twitch. 7 HP. I gotta say, every time I played Bronze for Life Twitch, going back to last batch, I went bot 4. Like, not even bot 4, I went like bot 2. So this is vindication for me. Because there's people like, oh, Bronze for Life Twitch is still really good, right? And like they buffed his experiment bonus, so you just play 3 experiment flex, and I'm like, it didn't feel very good when I played it. He even hit the entire board. He's not even playing a bad anomaly, he's playing Cold a Week. He went 8th. I feel vindicated, man. I think Bronze for Life Twitch is kind of bait. I think it's bait. I actually just think Twitch in general is not very good. Not bad, but rather, he's just not like a top comp. He's middle of the pack, very similar to like Rebels and Academy, like around that tier for me. If it was up to me, we would demote him to B tier, but the problem is Hyrule Twitch is very good still. But it's good. We had that one or two patches where Twitch was very OP. It was great for 48 hours when Snipers was OP. Felt like old times. Are you doing a coach stream from Japan? I'll be joining Mort Dog's coach stream. I kind of decided that I would feel really bad to do like too scuffed of a coach stream, so I think I'm just gonna hang out. T-Lies said he doesn't do a coach stream. It'll be good. I release you guys to hang out with people for One World's coach stream, and then promise me you'll come back. The absence makes the heart grow fonder. You don't know what you have till it's gone. I'll disappear for One World, and then you guys can appreciate other co-streamers in all of their beauty and glory, and then you'll come back and realize that it was Frodan the whole time. You know when you like say that you take a break, you go on a break on a relationship, and then you like get clarity, you get mental clarity. You're like, holy shit, this is so awful without things like that. Genuine question: would it have been better or worse if he had 2 Rage Blades and an IE instead of Gunblade Last Whisper? Would it be better? It'd be similar-ish. Like 2 Rage Blade and an IE. Like you don't really want to go double Rage Blade on Twitch almost ever. These days, the only times you ever want to do that is if you're playing stall Twitch, and the only stall Twitch that exists is Bruiser Twitch. So I would say not in Bronze for Life. Is your wife coming to Japan? She's gonna be going to one of her closest friends' wedding in a different out of town. Uh-oh. Tech pause. This guy's playing 6 Rebels, 4 Sentinels. That can't be right. He's missing he'd rather play 2 Sorcerer than 7 Rebel? Like, can't you just cut Nami and play Vex instead? Maybe he has Vex and it died. That can't be right. Let's skip ahead.
这把
开心，这种局自己碰到了都很开心。
他现在就要注意一下有没有人被举报的风险了。
Absence makes the heart grow fonder for those near at hand.
来看一下7月最
台对吧？
Near at hand, like for people who are around. I mean, I'm around a lot. I mean, this is not supposed to be like a self-glaze session in terms of like my commitment to it, but I think I don't take many days off on stream. If you look at how many days I've streamed over the past year.
这个应该有一张照片吧？
What's that?
聪明的兄弟已经在截图了。
Yeah, let's see. Frodan over the past.
但他现在应该听不到我们说。
好开心。
对。
Over the past 3 months, I've streamed 85 out of 90 days. That's actually a lot of days. Over 3 months. And you know who's the MVP? It's her. You had an announcement? Love you. You look wonderful. ，Okay, great.
2张金克斯，掉2星。
李超也是输了。
4黑莓4统领
Ban yourself for 24 hours. Ash can't bear the thought of me going to Japan.
好消息来了一个俄洛伊，感人心一变了，毕竟你早点来还是好的。
Star Wars Andor is good. Worth checking out for sure. Andor, huh? What platform is it on again? Is it like Apple? Oh, it's Disney Plus, right? Because Disney owns everything. I have Disney Plus. Because it's time we started listening to all the Disney soundtracks. Because my son definitely understands music now for sure. And yesterday we made our way through the Moana playlist again. Oh, he's dead. That looks like exact lethal. The top forward, rebel player top forward. That's by the skin of his teeth. I did not know that on this playlist there how many covers there were of the same songs. Also, I think Moana might have been the last time that I like really loved the soundtrack from Disney. Andor is great. Everyone's liking it. My new friend Bricky, who I met through the Sage Jam Slam, and he actually came in town and visited because he was doing like a Twin Peaks marathon with his sister. He gave a high recommendation. He said 2 things. 1, check out Andor. 2, it's a good time to get into Warhammer. And I said, you know what, man? Economy is tough. I don't know if I have the like. It's like asking me to start investing in TFT chibis or whatever. And it's like Warhammer is. Time commitment aside, it feels like a really expensive hobby. But it looks kind of epic. The lore is pretty cool, I guess. Okay, Jinx 2, 7 Rebel. So multiple Rebel players. It actually ended up working out for this guy because he ended up getting to 9 and hitting Jinx, the Caretaker's player. I was worried about him, but looks like it all worked out. And his Radiant item was not very good either. He took Radiant Jock Show. But it all worked out. His Jinx items are nuts. I'm pretty sure that's actually Bish Jinx. They made The Mandalorian with so much love. I doubt they can make another saga equally good. Yeah, I didn't finish The Mandalorian just because in general it's been hard for me to finish shows because there's so much content these days. Yeah.
天龙这边铁男也来了。其实我前面还在想说，就是
Can you explain the criteria to get the chance for some augments? So like the tailoring for augments. Well, the first thing to understand is that as far as I know, hopefully this hasn't changed. But at their first augment, no matter what you do, is just random. You can't really influence your first augment. For your second and third augments, take a combination of like there's a chance that it happens. You get an augment tailored to your board on 3-2 and 4-2. And we know that this is true because you don't get offered like a Conquer emblem if you're playing sorcerers. Or actually, you might if you're playing Swain. But if you have like nothing related to like this board, for example, this board wouldn't offer you like an Automata emblem. it'd just be like a waste of an augment slot. So on 3-2 and 4-2, there's like ways you can influence it. And it usually has to do with the traits and the units you have on your board. So that's basically it. One good thing about Warhammer is that it'll ensure that you don't have the money to develop a drug habit. I see. So you're saying there's a low chance that I'll be homeless and scream or in an alleyway, all rugged, poorly dressed, and screaming about stuff that people don't understand. I feel like those are both equally likely. Probably. So we'll see. Where do you live at? And what time is it now? How about I give you the general vicinity? I live in the United States, and I live somewhere in the Northwest. Where do you live? Yeah, I think that's about as much I'll disclose to that question. What time is it now? It's the right time to get into Warhammer, apparently. So, yeah. Okay, Lowy 2. Wait, okay, it's not. I was gonna say, is it two of the Rebel players? This Academy player was really high roll from the beginning, just like being able to maintain tempo. This is what Academy does best, though. Academy farms second. I actually don't think that Academy can beat this, especially because like your primary damage dealer is like Ezreal. So I expect a Rebel win. I believe Rebel is actually a really good comp in 2-1 Prismatic lobbies because there's a lot of ways that you can enable Rebels. Besides the usual, like, okay, I have like, you know, a Rebel opener and like this is really good for Rebels, like on an obvious note, because Econ is really good for it. But yeah, I do expect Rebels to actually do very well in Prismatic starts. How come your stream volume is always so much lower than anything else I watch? I go from your channel to Twitch streamer and YouTube and I get blasted. It's because I think I have something called compression. So, this is my sound mixer. And my microphone has a lower gate. I equalize it. But my compressor makes it so that way my highs are not as high and my lows are not as low. So that way it's like a more measured amount of volume. It's actually just like that. The answer is I actually try to make sure my audio is more balanced. But as you guys know, bad audio equals very funny on Twitch a lot of times. So a lot of people like having bad audio. That's what I remember when I was first starting streaming in TFT. Some people gave me feedback. They're like, Frodan, your stream is great, except you should make it more scuffed. People like it when it's bad quality. And I said, yeah, but I don't like it. That was legit feedback that I got from multiple people. Milk still said that to me. Like, as recently as like a month ago. Who likes that? I mean, it's just more, some people like, because they say it's like, oh, it's like relatable, or, you know, because if you have like a really good setup, people are like, yeah, they get turned off because, I don't know, maybe you're too try hard. I don't care about that. I like trying hard. I think my entire life is defined by trying hard at things. Okay, Viktor? Oh, Viktor with Rebels? Okay, I mean, come on, man. That's it. Do you even put items on Viktor anymore these days? I remember they buffed him, but like, is it worth putting one item on him, or just like, would you rather put like another item on like another Rebel unit? He puts a Shiv on Nami. Okay. I mean, the impression that I get is that Viktor is not important to put items on. Like, it's nice to have if you're playing like an excess item situation, but not amazing. Hey, what happened here? So oh, he had Rumble too. Oh, Oh, that was actually really close. Dude, Rumble 2 like blew up. I was like, why is everything dying so fast? Oh my god, that was actually really close. That was actually really close. Are you gonna play later? Yeah, I actually plan on playing games today and not watching many scrims. And then tomorrow we'll go back to watching scrims, and then Sunday is the finals of this tournament. Wait, what day is today? Today's Friday, right? Sunday is the finals of this. And then Monday will be LCQ for China. Because in China regionals, the top 2 players at regionals go to worlds, but spots 3 to 6, the best 4 players from PC regionals play against the best performing 4 players from mobile regionals for the last world spot. So that way regionals is always really hype. I wish this would happen in Americas. I think it's kind of silly that's like 7 players in the final lobby get the worlds. Rebels ends up winning it. Really nice. I was actually surprised how close it was both these times. You know, Academy's got some fangs. Academy, when it like caps out high, it definitely can win. It's got some hands. Made it a little close. Yu-Gi-Oh got second. But I think that like the fact that like we know 7 or 8 players are going to worlds immediately is like it just makes the last day feel like less important, which it shouldn't be. It almost feels like the second day is most important. And I feel like they should just do what China does, which is like on the day after is like the last chance for people who are the best performing but didn't win. Yeah. Only 5 from China? No. It'll be 2 from regionals from PC, 2 from regionals from mobile, LCQ, and then I think like they have people who like who also get through one other method as well. But it's gonna be like 10 people from China, something like that, like 9 people. The gorgeous dude. Yeah, China goes all out for this for their regionals production. It's very cool. All right, let's cinematic. Is that game 2? I think that was game 2, right? I'm trying to like fast forward through it. If they could like make this camera, you know what? I feel like you know what TFT could really do as well. I feel like the winning moments.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
I feel like TFT could do like a play of the game with something like this camera, and make it feel like a much cooler epic win where you get a first, where you get to see like this was like the final battle or something like that, or like a really big star. I feel like they could do like a play of the game moment. If this camera exists, I would love for them to do something like that. Because the zoom in on the low legend is cool too, but I feel like they could do that, and that honestly would be a pretty good reason to sell some cosmetics around that too. Because you could do like you could sell like your play of the game package. Then the argument would be like, well, I never win, so I never get this anyways. But Frodan, that would require me to go first. Corey, thanks for the prime. Papa Nico. Appreciate you guys as well. All right, so this QiYue, QiYue is like one of the less established players in this field. He's actually one of the few underdogs. There's like a lot of players who are pretty well established. A lot of good ladder players. EWC winner, Set 6 World Championship winner, Super Server winners. Right, there's like a lot of good players here. I think that QiYue is like one of the lesser established players. Him and what was his name? Look at his actual tab.
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
Him and PaiMengRen are like the underdogs, I think. Like they've been playing, but they're just like not like established household names. Oh, they have a couple. They have couples watching TFT. Dude, this stage is so sick. Oh, so cool. And like the center digital screen. Everyone's playing like this giant circle. It's hype. And Neil, thanks for 5 months. Monthly donation to the Mrs. Frodan Coffee Fund. We don't drink coffee. We drink caffeinated sparkling water, but it goes a long way. Goes a long way. Thanks for all you do, man. No problem. Pleasure's mine. I do it because I love it. And I'm glad that you guys are enjoying it as well. All right, we got game 3. This is no encounter. No encounter. In before, yes, the best. You know who was saying that the most during regionals? It was Mort Dog. And I was out here just doing the usual like, no encounter, so bad. And Mort Dog's like, good. That sounds like something only insufferable people drink. Coffee? Nah, a lot of cool people drink coffee. A lot of cool people drink coffee. What kind? We have something called Cascade Ice. We used to drink something called Highball, but then Highball got bought by whatever the beverage company that's like, I keep forgetting what it's called, but it's like AB is the initials. It owns like Budweiser and things like that. It's like Anheuser-Busch or something. Yeah, exactly that one. It got bought by that company, and then the usual like big company just mismanages the brand type thing, and then the prices were also really expensive. So this one's like $1 a can, $1.50 a can, which is entirely reasonable, way cheaper than coffee. Assuming that you don't make your own coffee, which we don't have a machine and we don't have Isn't Highball alcoholic? No, it's just caffeine, carbonated water, and B vitamins. Ingredients: carbonated water, natural organic flavor, and organic caffeine. It's got yeah, you can see it for yourself. It's 0.00000 across the board. It's not an ad. Someone's literally asking because they want to know. Firelight +1. Ooh, a Zeri game. Zeri, huh? So we got Welcome to the Playground, Firelight, Crimson Pact. So a couple of 2-cost rerolls. Spirit Link, first pick. Interesting. Is it actually nice? I mean, what, the caffeine? I mean, I personally don't recommend people to get caffeine addicted because it is very hard to deal with sometimes if you, one, don't have access to caffeine for some reason, and two, it's just like anything, addiction is not good. My wife is pretty addicted to caffeine though, and it's like something that she sort of impressed upon me. I didn't really drink caffeine that often, but now it's my life. It's like a very big part of my life. So I would say if you're not into caffeine, don't get into it. It's completely like manageable. It's not like it's gonna ruin your life, I think, but it's definitely just don't get into it if you are fine with how your energy level is now. Where's my water? Family. Okay, so we got 3 reroll comps. I think my water's in my other room. 1 second, be right back.
因为至少能做轻语嘛，体系里面是的，而且不刚需要机，就看就是这个脑洞会不会开到这里。你最近有用过吗？外交飞机？外交飞机就是很明显的一个问题，就是上限不够。因为之前的外交飞机是黄铜强，然后杰斯也强，你有上限，当时兰博也强， 现在就是你玩外的飞机，你没有兰博的上限，
现在只有飞机往上拔了一点点。
对，只是飞机你会让你中期舒服一点点。所以这套阵容在我们平时排位基本也见不到。
哎，又多了一个。
但这一把风衣安贝萨可以帮他补上限。
是的，那边炼金哥已经4炼金齐了。
Got my water。
忍尼也到了。
第一个强化拿到灵魂连接。
灵魂连接就特别适合哨兵或者。 哨兵监察开高都还不错。
True, I'm already addicted to TFT. Too many addictions are bad. Exactly. This caffeine is all I have for the day, and it's 160 milligrams. And I think that is probably the most that I want to have in a day. It's a lot in a can. There's like multiple cups of coffee. That's a lot. It is, but it's like fine if you have under a certain amount. I want to be well clear of it though. You know, when they say like. You could probably have when health experts are like you could probably have this every my own day and it's fine. I usually go I undershoot it. Caffeine is a PD for TFT. Do you think it's it's a problem if gaming because like I know that in Counter-Strike and stuff like that they like drug tests for people to like not have Adderall and stuff like that. I feel like that's kind of excessive. They do that for TFT, but if TFT ever becomes high stakes enough, they might do something like that too. What brand is this drink? This is just water. This? It's just water with ice. If you're talking about the other one, it's called Cascade Ice.
有2星的木木了。
对，导播其实可以多注意一下。
2星木木前期拖时间能力还是很强。
Addicted to going eighth.
游乐场现在是17秒20。
Well, there's a stream for you. It's not here, but twitch.tv/Emily Wang with 2 Ys.
碰到了对面的。
而且要保留2只的情况之下。
哦，LightYgo这个分裂一座更像外交飞机了。 因为首先他不需要这把拼吃鸡，他的积分本来就很高。
I remember Paul George had to miss the game because he had too much coffee. Too much. Yeah, I mean, it's not even like good, like too much caffeine actually is a performance hindrance because you're gonna get too jittery and it's not good.
也不说什么主 C 副 C 吧，好像风衣阿梅萨他也不能说是一个主 C。
How would they test it if TFT stays fully remote? Oh no, I'm just talking about conceptually. I think it's ridiculous if Riot ever drug tests in TFT because they just feel like they're worried about Adderall abuse or whatever. I think that's ridiculous. It's like there's so many other things undermining competitive integrity, and if they prioritize that, this is probably like item number 69. I just pick a number that'll get chat engagement. There's just so many other things that they should worry about before that. Runins. Oh, that's gonna eventually go on Draven. That eventually goes on Draven. Wait, he's level 526. He's actually pushing levels. He's gonna play Mbessa Trenchcoat, Vi Trenchcoat, and push levels. Interesting. Because there's a welcome to the playground player with family, so he's not gonna. He's playing Trenchcoat, Tempo. Okay, haven't seen that in a while. Double F said his coaches micromanaged his caffeine consumption before game days. Consumption was very low, and he said it felt bad, but it made him play better. Yeah, that makes sense. 75 is not enough for me. I do 160 in one shot. I drink it in the morning. My rule for caffeine is never more than 200, and it has to be like first thing in the morning and at least 12 hours before I sleep, at least. So I'm already done drinking my caffeine usually by 9 a.m., 10 a.m. at the latest, because that's usually the latest I usually go to bed is like 10 p.m. Yeah. But again, the best answer is to just not even need caffeine in the first place. But when you engage with life and parenthood and other things like that, sometimes borrowing energy from the future is necessary. Firelight, huh? Firelight Zeri. Shojin Slam. Oh, it's probably just because he had extra components. And he still needs a bow. He actually slammed Gunblade on Zeri, not prioritizing Rageblade, because he's playing for tempo instead, because he's win streaking. Okay, Firelight win streak Zeri. I could see Zeri doing well from here if he can find the items together. He could also maybe... You can also maybe play no Rageblade Zeri if he finds a bunch of attack speed augments and stuff like that, but I'm not so sure. Okay, Crimson Pack Vibe picked Epoch, a bunch of Epoch picks.
哦，李少羁绊追踪者出来了，他在考虑吗？他的分新纪元来的外购。
Hot shower in the morning is my caffeine. Yeah, the thing about taking a hot shower every morning though is that it's not necessarily good for you to take a hot shower every morning. Feels nice though. It's like a combination of like it obviously depends, but like a combination of like not good for your. It's like very not good for your hair to like wash it every day, and then not necessarily good for your skin either. Tristana. Okay, so this is what we talked about. Oh, he's playing Tristana. He has Tristana 1 on the field, Tristana 2 on the bench because of Starry Night. But he can't actually replace the Tristanas because this is the one that has all the AD stacks. So awkwardly enough, he high rolled a Tristana 2 with Starry Night, but he's still on Tristana 1. Very awkward. And he needs to kind of have a good stage 3 here. It's a very high priority. Very awkward. Jessica King, thanks for 2 months. Howdy. You and your streams are a huge reason I got into TFT. I love listening to you talk about the game. Well, I love talking about the game as well. So I love that you love listening to it, and I love that you guys are not sick of me yet, because I yap a lot. He has Rageblade on the Vice. This is just increasingly more common. Basically, if you're not doing this already, you're probably giving up a couple of fights per stage, but yes, this Rageblade is not good on Violet, but it's better than having Rageblade on this Draven. And then 2 items on Violet, just stack it. So, small little like thing here, because you have so many item removers, you can do it. I agree that the item remover change is a lot, but it does make the game feel like more fun to just like do stuff like that. You feel clever for doing it. Showering is bad for esports performance. It's actually true, because at the very highest level, and this actually applies to multiple disciplines, not just strategy games, but at the very highest level, your skill at the actual game is within the same variance band as everybody else. The very, very best fighting game players, the very, very best Counter-Strike players, the very, very best TFT or League of Legends, they're all kind of similar within like the idea that unless you're the GOAT of GOATs, you can lose on any given Sunday, and it makes it very exciting to watch. You know, that's part of why people love competition. But so you have to do things that separate yourself mentally, and one of the possibilities you can is that you just smell so awful that you distract your opponents. Stench fight tactics. And if you do, they can't concentrate on the game. You reek so horribly that all they think about is whether or not they should say something. And they're not thinking about their augments, they're not thinking about their roll downs, they're not thinking about like their spot at all. All they're thinking about is, holy shit, do all people from this like who are gaming from TFT smell like this? Like you're completely winning mental warfare.
而他血量也挺健康的。史密奇现在听牌。
黎洛要被派蒙人节奏断了。我刚想说黎洛节奏好，结果黎洛被派蒙人节奏断了。
派蒙说我也是低费。
You don't want to do this in a team game. Yeah, you don't want to do this to your teammates. But let's say you are the teammate sitting on the end, and you are within nostril distance of your opponent on the other side, right? you tell your teammate closest to you to mask up to gas up, right? Kind of like the Chem Barons and Zon. They have their filter, like Rennie. I got the little gas mask going, and then you can affect the opponent on the other side.
他要留这个杰斯吗？伏击阵哦，碰李洛了，李洛也得输，2连败。就说反正上波不输，这波也得输。
Dude, this guy has Chain Blades, Speech 3, Rennie 1 on stage 3-6. This is so early. Wait, LiShao was also. Oh no, sorry. LiTuChuan was the other guy. Was the guy that also went 8th earlier. So this is the second time he's playing Smeech 3. Last time he did it, he went 6th. He was on 1 life. He cashed out. He was at 6th. So he's trying to get it done again. If it smells bad at Paris Open, we know who to blame. Listen, man, you do what you gotta do. Winning Paris could be life-changing. You're telling me you're not gonna be distracted even a little if it's literally the foulest smelling aroma you've ever had come across. Like, dude, I won't be able to think about the game. That's for sure.
李多也是见他得利。现在问题是挺中的小炮得先2星，然后再去追3。
On a side note, I am very down if Riot wants to pick up a deodorant or some kind of perfume or cologne sponsor for Paris.
李少这边哦，李少这边外交也哦，李少和 LightYgo 都是外交。
Please do.
都会拿那个小炮。
You play chess? Not well. When I did play chess, I was at like 1100. I actually, believe it or not, if you look up my profile at esportsearnings.com, hold on one second. This is actually kind of embarrassing. It might not be true now. But if you looked up Frodan, at one point, my highest earnings was from chess. But now my highest earnings is from Minecraft. my highest earnings for competing for a while was like the most recent one was chess. But I think what it does is it tells you, I think they tell you what your profile is based off your most recent earnings. Like whatever you earned most recently. And so my most recent earnings was Minecraft and chess. And so literally at one point had Dan Frodan Cho, Minecraft player. Dan Frodan Cho, chess player. But because in 2024, I earned $5 in a TFT tournament by Team Liquid, the on-chain summer TFT #1. My first earnings in Teamfight Tactics, I finally corrected my profile to be a TFT player. So history has finally been corrected. We're on the right path now. We're on the board, baby. Listen, what did Blue Lock say? The hardest is to go from 0 to 1. How about 0 to 5?
6法4黑莓。PaiMengRen也是一定删不了吸血鬼，直接拉人口了。他等会儿还要调整一下战位。
LightYgo.
巨大伙伴的。
Okay, what are we paying attention to here? Forward thinking. This was his roll down for forward thinking. We missed his entire guy's forward thinking roll down, but he only has Swain too.
LightYgo 好像是就拼了个前排，也没开4外交，单外交。
A guy playing Tristana reroll is using Watcher's frontline, so he's griefing the Crimson Pack guy. Yeah. Also, there's a Zeri player that's playing Zeri. Crimson Pack. Okay, he's not playing Vlad, but he could. He could take Vlad.
不太好找上线。前面光抽泽力了。哦 ，LightYgo 也是 MA 上都没抽到，就直接用的位。
Are you still streaming Worlds from Japan? It's going to be kind of hard to do, so I don't think I will be. I think I'll be streaming, but I don't know if I'll be streaming Worlds. I might just, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to join other people's co-streams. If you want to listen to me yap. I do want to still be part of Worlds, though, in some way. Are you going to swap seats with Scar for the crew battles? You know, the thing is, we found out that their players that they've recruited are really cracked. Their worst player on a team is like a 1700 Ken player, and I just got to Masters, so my MR is probably like 1200 at best, maybe 1100 something. I haven't D-ranked, but when you first join Masters in Street Fighter, it's kind of like they put you at 700 LP or something like that in Masters. Like, imagine if TFT you promoted from Diamond 1, but you go straight to like 700 LP, and then from there you play your games and you just lose and lose and lose and lose and lose all the way down to like whatever Master LP you're truly at, and that's when you like stabilize. That's what it's like in Street Fighter. They don't put you at Master 0 LP. So I'm technically like higher rank than Asa, but like I haven't played my first Masters games yet. So like the reality is, if I play 100 Masters games, I'm probably gonna be somewhere like 1100 instead of 1500. Is forward thinking only good if you rolled hard on 3-1? No, there's many situations where forward thinking is good. I think the augment is just good in general, but it's situational. If you're like win streaking really hard and you're contested, you could justify taking it because you need the econ to hit, and you need to get to 9. If you are a fully upgraded board and there's not much you can do on stage 3 anyways, you can just take it because you're likely to win stage 3. If you are uncontested and you want a lot of gold to fast 9, like, you know, I've seen people play it for like a Twitch, for example, uncontested Twitch. You Twitch 2 middle 2 pretty fast, get to 9, and that's how you cap your board out. It's like a lot of different things you can do. What character are you going to be playing? I'll be playing Ken. You could use some of the representation. Infectious anomaly. Okay. I think you should take that. Pretty good. You could skip this. It's not like that item is very valuable, and it gives a little bit of HP, like, to your Smeech. I mean, you could use this on Singed, I guess, but then, like, the other thing is not very good. Like, if you have salvage contraption, I think I would consider it. Oh, I guess he, like, takes it so that you could move the ambusher. Okay, that makes sense, actually. Box hit 1800 last night. Did he? I thought he got close, and then I watched some of his games, and he was tilting really hard. It's actually really funny. Box opens up with like the same drive rush pressure every single game, and I see his opponent fall for it every single time, and it just makes me want to do it myself. Ken from Barbie. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. They actually have a Ryan Reynolds skin. Okay, wow, that guy super dead. I have a lot of trouble with, like, I think people who are pretty solid on defense and they play very, very, very patient. Because I feel like I should just be aggressive, and so in general, I struggle. I struggle in certain matchups. I just feel like I don't do well in. Like, I don't think I do well like against Zangief, like, at all. Like good Zangief, or Zangief's at my skill level. Basically. I think that's a hard matchup. That's like one example of it. Okay, still not just on a 3. Rumble 2. Oh, he's level 9. Okay. 4. Oh, so this guy. This is the guy that I was talking about. He was playing Tempo Trenchcoat, not rerolling Family, and he's playing. He hit the Mbessa 2, and now he's playing 4 Form Swapper. His board's kind of amazing. 2-star Vi, 2-star Elise, Jace, 4 Form Swapper plus Mbessa 2. Okay. 4 Form Swapper. There's a little bit of flex going on.
因为你封一怪是拿不了一边的。也是，就是我的意思。
Did you figure out how to beat Mai? Yeah, a little bit better. I figured out that Mai actually has basically 2 things that she can do from pressure, which is the lights and her back kick. And also a lot of Mai's basically are so eager to get you into throw loops. You can take advantage of some of that. Her dive kick's kind of fake. So basically the key is to just like make sure don't get into the corner. My guy playing Tristana reroll got counter grief by the game by griefing the counter Crimson Pack guy. He's still Tristana 2 at 5-1. Part of it is also that Tristana's pretty popular. Like sometimes you just can't hit Tristana if there's a lot of people holding Tristana as well. Okay, we hit Tristana 3, but I think he's dead. I think he's dead. I don't know if he like loses this fight. Actually, wow, never mind. I was gonna say like I'm not sure if he like loses right now, but he's definitely bot 4. Okay, he just got blown up. I don't even know. It was like the Zoe plus the Mbessa combo. Win streak Zeri. 4 Firelight, 4 Watcher. My Triss right now is complete uncontested. I have natural 3 at 3-6. Well, that's understandable. If you're not re-rolling. Oh, you're saying like you rolled and you haven't found any? I mean, that just happens as well. That happens if there's not a lot of re-rollers, and that also just sometimes happens because that's just variance. I always find long distance pals so awkward in family because just look at how Draven and Violet are on the opposite corners and they're attacking different units. You generally want them on the same units. You guys playing AP crit powder, Trenchcoat Violet versus Mbessa. Oh wow. Oh wow. I kind of thought the Mbessa was gonna be enough. Oh, it's actually really close. GP. Oh my god, that was as close as it gets. I really thought he was gonna do it. I thought he was gonna do it. That was actually really close. I can't tell if Zeri is fake. I don't think she's like that reliable, but win streak, like from the position that the person took with Firelight, early Zeri 2, slammable items, win streak, I think it makes sense. Like a lot of reroll comps are actually really good from ahead like that. But I don't think that you can play Zeri from as many spots as you would like to think. Like you're like, oh, I have Starry Night. That's not necessarily a good Zeri game. You can beat Mai with a bunch of empty jumps if Mai is good with DP because her DP range is so bad. That's a good point. There's a lot of like small things I want to add to my game. Like I don't have any knowledge. I don't have that many knowledge of safe jumps, and that's part of it is because my neutral is not developed. I don't really understand spacing as well as I should because I play Ken. So why worry about that? Just drive, rush, punch, and put them in throw loops. Because Jinrai is awesome. But yeah, those are like a lot of the things that like you need to nail that down if you want to climb at Masters and Street Fighter. Ooh, Archangel's Gunblade Quicksilver. Interesting Vlad build. Oh, he's still on Vlad too. Oh yeah, this guy's cooked. This guy got 6 Vlads, not even close. He's at true 0. Oh, he leveled to 8. You know what? That's fine. He leveled to 8. He got hard griefed by the Tristana player for Vlad's, so he just decided to push levels instead. And 6 with Vlad too. It could be much worse with a hero augment. Is this a text of non-nerfed bully? Oh, this? Yeah, they might have some wrong text as well. Some graphics might be wrong. Mini Mi's and perfect items and good augments, but not bis augments. Yeah, the thing about Zeri is it feels like Zeri could have like 3 or 4 really good things going for her, and you still don't top 4. You could have like Zeri 3, good items, good anomaly, and you're still like, huh, I still feel like I'm really weak compared to other people. Man, this feels like a scuffed fourth. He was so far ahead, and you're telling me that this board is barely a fourth. I mean, fourth is good in the grand scheme of things because he has 16 points, so he's staying further ahead. But it feels like his board. Okay, well, I mean, there's some illegal. Like this board's illegal. This guy hit this on stage 3, and then he pushed 9, immediately hit Rumble 2, so he wins the game. But it feels like that fourth flopper board should get like at least a third. It's like fourth feels kind of bad for that. Nothing is worse than grabbing Vlad and seeing Zeri-Triss reroll players. Yeah, that's why you have to scout. Make sure Vlad's not contested. And it's not even like Zeri-Triss reroll, but there might be like 2 Sork players.
Man,
that's 6 Vlads out of the pool as well. It was rough. And then, yeah, you guys are right as well. Like, you don't even win with Zeri very often. So, like, you high roll so much to cap out at like a third. But this Zeri player is so far ahead, so this Zeri player is at least third. The Zeri player looks like the 4th strongest board in the lobby to me, but he does have 4 Firelight and double combat, so maybe he just beats this Form Swapper board. Part of it is too is that he's not playing Emissary, so he doesn't have like the Emissary damage bonus on Ambessa. Yeah, this guy got smashed. So I actually do think that he's at least the 3rd strongest board in the lobby, but I think because he just has so little HP, this form swapper board goes 4th. It's kind of unfortunate. By the way, he took Blazing Soul in Zeri, which is interesting because Zeri is an AD champion. That's kind of unusual, but he values, I guess, the attack speed, and the AP, I guess, eventually buffs things like Echo. Echo, believe it or not, has a really high base attack speed. Sometimes he takes Blazing Soul first over other units. May I ask who's currently in first? Yu-Gi-Oh, the guy in the bottom right. I think his scores are 1, 2, 1, 2, and at least top 4. Great, thanks for 2 months. What happened to World Scrims? They're still going on. Just I want like China Regionals is going on. Want to watch different content. And tomorrow we're gonna pick up scrims. They're so upset that tomorrow he's gonna join scrims. So we'll have more people available. Like I'm pretty sure it's the weekend. That's probably when Wage starts joining scrims, things like that. Oh wow! Wait, LiShao died. Wait, what? That's crazy. I didn't expect him to die from there. Never mind. Form Swapper board clutched it out. That's what I was saying. It feels like his board is good enough to definitely be better than a 4th. The only way I would have won if I've gotten my 3rd Mel at 9. Your 3rd Mel? Mel 2? Well, sure. Like, I mean, I don't think Zeri wins out very often. Okay, here we go. I mean, LiShao shouldn't, or sorry, LiTuChuan shouldn't lose very much. He has 3-star Smeech, Infectious Anomaly stacking, Rumble 3 items with Ambusher Emblem. Jinx also has 3 items, which is not irrelevant either. So he's dead, and then how is LilUo's board? LilUo wins. Wow, a 2nd for Zeri. That's really good. 2nd for Zeri is really, really good. Anything on this carousel? Probably not. Pokebuddies Garen always feels weird. Yeah, it does. But the thing about when you play Pokebuddies Garen, you could actually just play like Cyan or something like that. Like you could just play like some summon and get a little bit of value. Jace. Oh, you're talking about in Zeri. Oh yeah, and Zeri's setup is like kind of awkward. He's trying to do 2 item baiting Smeech. So he's putting 2 item on Garen, 2 item on Echo, 2 item on Scar. But the awkward thing is that this Caitlyn also has 2 items, so Smeech might target Caitlyn. So you have to be careful about that. CN does not even have 2 weeks before Worlds. Their regionals is crazy. Yeah, they're also not done until Sunday. Why did you put the tank on Echo? Because you want to bait the Smeech. I don't think it matters. This guy's just gonna win anyways.
恭喜LiTuChuan成功拿下在今天的第3场比赛当中。
All right, that's huge for him because he was at 8 points. I think. Was he staring at the camera? It's always so awkward, man. The very serious. He's just staring. Okay. I just feel like no, a lot of people don't know what to do. They just go, okay. I don't blame him, man. It's pretty awkward. But to like, why didn't they put tank guns on Echo? Because they Echo first of all is not a tank, he's a carry, but also because of Smeech. All right, I'm gonna grab a snack from downstairs real quick. That's game 3 of 5. That's game 3 of 5. I'm gonna screenshot. And then I'll park you guys, and I'll BRB. This is the highlights. Viktor. Cinematic. Very cool. Very, very cool. I mean, he won by so many units. All right. All right, be right back.
3阶段可以滑，4阶段然后看情况抽，有对子就抽。对，迷一张，他其他卡质量倒是挺拉的。7级地不是，他9级地要地了。这两波其实没有上限，8级一定得全地到2星再考虑上限。是的，
好嘞，欢迎回来，我们来看一下上一场的赛后数据面板。LiTuChuan15胜8负，最终拿下比赛的胜利，后期打出完美连胜，成功开始比赛。这个300城收的又是非常的完美，然后后面可以说是没有碰到任何的对手。
对，这个组合收的概率其实很低，但是这2场都碰到了，对。然后他出了组合之后，直接马上就收，也很果断。
LightYgo 这个拼的也是很不错的，就是像画面前面有提到，你没有去拘泥于一定开4外交，然后灵活应变，最终拿下一个还不错的成绩，登顶着历史数据，历史登顶率20.36，334的历史总局数，老8率是7.19，前4率56.59，本局15件装备117的义子价值，LiTuChuan也是我们的老选手。
是。
好，同时3局打完了之后，目前的一个积分情况，22分的 LightYgo 遥遥领先，第1、第2、第3目前排名。然后
We missed the screenshot.
看到了，
We did.
然后他出了组合之后，直接马上就收。
Photo.
LightYgo 这个拼的也是很不错的。
So I again, if you're ever curious about the results, I post this in like the stream notes section of my Discord. Free to join.
灵活应变，最终拿下
Chat about TFT.
登顶着历史数据，历史登顶率20.36，334的历史总局数，老8率是7。
All right. So Yu-Gi-Oh's crushing it, 22 points. LiTuChuan, that was a huge first. These are the 4 players that advanced to the final lobby. They're playing for top 4 today. They're playing for top 4 today, but it's still like it's 2 games. 7, 5, 6, 7, 8 could still make it.
11分的选手QiYue逆流和PaiMengRen最后是9分的我太难了。9分可能难度会稍微大一点，但也有机会。然后再往前11分、12分、14分、15分可能会比较混乱一点，对于后续的2场来说。
Discord link? Oh, exclamation point Discord. It's also on my about channel. You know who the other 4 are? These players? Yeah, LiShao. This guy won EWC. He's pretty good. QiYue is like kind of an underdog. I mean, his scores are 8-1-8. He's played a lot of cups. He's like a cup player mostly. This is PaiMengRen, I think. He's mainly known for like playing a lot of Super Server, I think. And then BigBol. This guy's a Super Server. Like I think he's like 1 Super Server, and he's done really well on a bunch of Super Server. A lot of people here are good at ladder or tournaments, one or the other. Which makes sense because that's how it is qualified in most TFT tournaments, but Super Server is like really hard to climb in and do well. And the fact that BigBol has climbed in so many Super Servers, like 5 of them, just shows that he's very good at it.
的这个社交媒体上分享一下你的心得。
让大家要想太多。
欢迎回来，这里是正在为您直播的2025第10届英雄联盟云顶之弈公开赛 TOC10。
Do any people still get invited to Super Server? Yeah, but just no one plays it anymore because the hours are so bad. There's no prize, and it's just like not the kind of practice that they want.
Hello， 大家好，我是阿豪。
我们有邀请到了2位冠军来
啊
后面的2场比赛。
H and 阿豪。
我们还是要同步一些信息给现场以及屏幕前的各位意识朋友。
This is the guy who's won 2 regionals. He also is a guy that everyone accused of win trading in the world's final lobby. And then there's HN. Everyone says that he's like the pretty boy of China. Everyone says he's so handsome all the time. I mean, they're not wrong.
赛事定制 T 恤及同款选手服，大家快来参与吧！那我们
赛之后就是一路北伐，
没错。
All right, let's get to the next game.
你看完了之后，
我觉得今天的比赛的话 ，LightYgo 的话整体表现。
Who's the pretty boy of North America?
包括他上一把的时候开局拿了个风衣，然后外面有家小威的话，他直接用自己的阵容词。
Maybe QiYue? But QiYue's not really pretty. He's more like a cutie.
他的感觉比赛打的话，基本功很好，然后的话今天的。
QiYue's like
对，后面2把22。
QiYue's like adorable, you know, like a cutie.
对，前面聊说他这个分数基本上后面2局不要拿2局都是太低的分。
Frodan, I'm not really me. It's like I'm not. It's like the people who are. I think it's talking about players.
确实的。举着海报过来了。
对，我觉得这也是他自己的一个。
Set 1 Soju. Set 1 Soju.
来了，我们的下
Young K3 Soju.
还剩下5局积分制的最后2局，维克托的登场，6飞1子提前出现。
Oh yeah. Oh no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
相对来说偏低的经济海克斯。
转生的装备已经出现了，石像鬼帽子加冰甲。
这个装备就不太好。
看这一把谁是在4阶段能第一个找到一张梅尔的人啊
He looks the same. Well, I mean, beauty's in the eye of the beholder, but I don't know if there's like a consensus, like, dude.
这个图应该是寄到梅尔，应该是4阶段梅尔和狼。
This dude is like he's 100% the hunk of TFT. We don't have an NA sex symbol.
我们3月5号到3月16号期间。
The thing about Frodan is that he's socially well adjusted, but he comes from degeneracy by virtue of his experience with all the gamer over the years. Huh? I come from degeneracy? NA doesn't have a stage at regionals because of travel. That and also budget. You guys don't understand. China has a lot of TFT players, like a lot. They make the vast majority of the money. So doing this is not cheap, especially in America where things are prohibitively expensive. Especially these days. Oh my god, is it expensive? So it's like not just travel, but also the human cost. And you could do it for a fraction of the cost. And yeah, it's less hype. Yeah, maybe fewer people would be interested in it, but it's way more sustainable. Just look at what happened with like Overwatch League, for example. Isn't Soju kind of pretty? You guys remember when I talk about like there's some like there's some big homoerotic energy in TFT? K3 Soju on the dumbest TFT pro. We need to watch this real quick.
Like, my items are so ambiguous.
Ambiguous. Man pulled out the word ambiguous.
Kieran, do you know why I know you're a dumbass?
How?
Because you think the word ambiguous is like I'm trying to flex.
Wait, but the thing is, he thinks it's a flex. I don't even know what it means.
Yeah, he does look younger, and I mean he's just younger, that's what it is. He looks very youthful. These days, that young Soju like that is like, you know, dating material, whatever. Like you're down to have a good time, I'd swipe right. for sure. Sounds like it'd be a good time. But modern day soju is marriage material, because you know, years down the road, that kind of exhausted look, right? This is him smiling, having a good time, turning on the Riz, but him being so exhausted and slouching is only built up through years of exhausted amount of arguments, and it's clear that he's just tired of your shit, but he still sticks around. That's only hardened through like a committed relationship where you know he's never gonna leave.
打老桶的LilUo，还有大反甲。LiShao在犹豫这个闪弱精灵，闪弱精灵也做不出无尽。
I feel like I know him better, you know.
再刷一手，哦，不当商店，选择玩一个低分。
但是有没有可能那个3也可以考虑？如果他要玩小位的话，
超级巨星。对，3的话，对3的话只能去玩一个1费。
This is the first time I'm seeing his face. That's true. That's true.
前面有一局，但是
That's true.
对，但是那把开完鱼骨。
You are married, buddy. No talking like this aloud. Oh no, doesn't that make me very qualified to talk about it? I feel like I understand marriage material, like who qualifies as marriage material way more than people who are single. It's like wild. You know what the most interesting thing about people who look for advice is? They look for advice from people who are also single. Like you already found your partner. You don't talk. That's not what you're saying, but there's other people who are like who actually say that. It's like, okay. You hit challenger already. No, I want advice from another Masters and Diamond player instead. That's what it sounds like to me. You don't get it. You don't get it. Like, okay.
这老司机前期还是肉的，
而且他的导师制没有挂废卡。
大家前期的强度都有点高，对吧？感觉都想连胜啊。
That's because they aren't looking for advice; they're looking for validation. That's true. Actually, specifically, they're looking for company because they're lonely as fuck. And so it's like a really good common topic these days to break the ice, which is like how terrible the dating pool is. So. Best advice to climb Masters into GM. Make more money. Because both in TFT and real life. Make more money in TFT so you can have better roll downs and have better options. Make more money in real life so you can pay someone to teach you how to do that if you're too lazy.
还是说
这个皮有点差？
对啊，这个皮有点太差了。
这个皮有，就看咽不咽得下去嘛。
I've been married for almost 6 years now. My wife and I can tell if newlyweds are gonna make it or not pretty well. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You just can't, like, a lot of people just want to take advice from other low elo players when it comes to dating. You know, people who are like serial daters to me feel like the people who want to play the tutorial over and over. Like they just love, imagine being like a guy that just farms tutorials. That's what it feels like when people just like perpetually only want to go on like first dates or second dates. Like wild to me. The game of love actually starts when you commit. You commit at 2-1. That's why TFT players make good partners, man. We commit early. No scout, no pivot. Single equals low elo. I mean, your word's not mine. 2-1 is too early to commit. Yeah, but it's like it increases your likelihood of making better decisions. And also ultimately you're playing for best average placement most of the time when it comes to love. Don't try to always play for the Giga first, because you have a really likelihood of going 8th. Especially if you never commit. All right, so also, you know how you like when you're like playing for not 8th, sometimes you go 8th. It's the same thing too. Like if you play for highest AVP, a lot of times you'll realize how to convert that into a first, and that's how like the best players always approach it. Like, don't just like only aim like, well, I have to play for first here, send it. That's how you often end up in 8th. If you just like play for good AVP, then you'll like realize this is how I go first from here, and then you can actually win. Thorn-plated vest. Is this a Tristana commit? Maybe. We've been seeing a lot of China play off of like one Tristana Rageblade, and they'll just play Tristana reroll. Crown Guarded. Crown Guarded with Rageblade, Deathblade. Oh, that's weird. I don't know what you're looking for with that. I mean, he's playing Conquer right now. Maybe he's playing Conquer. He hit an early Embessa. That's the hardest Conquer to hit. To like make it work, and then you get a Conquer +1. Is getting married after 2 months equivalent to the at what cost augment? No. Getting married after 2 months is like loading up into an Embessa Golden's game. You'll find out early whether or not you're in a good spot or you're playing for 5th. You'll find out real early. Either way, you're committed. Not much you can do. What do I do with Artillerist, Family, and Automata Golem? Probably play Family. You could also probably play if you get an Artillerist emblem, you can just play 6 Artillerist. I think it's pretty solid. But most importantly, I think one mistake that people make with Embessa Golems is that if they don't know what to do with it, they just like lose streak, and I think it's the opposite. I think you have to win streak, because there's gonna be somebody that hits some BS combo that's gonna be so OP attack that you can't beat, and so you kind of need the HP buffer to play for placements. Holy cow, this guy has like 8 components? What the? Okay, he's playing Shop Glitch plus Quick Strikers. What's the equivalent of built different? What? Like built different? I guess like asexual people? There's asexual people that still want like companionship. So they'll like, there's no chemistry, there's no compatibility, but they still want to hang around people, and like companionship is great. Do you wish there was only one set of TFT, or is it fun to learn new sets? Oh, fun to learn new sets. If TFT sets released any slower, I'm pretty sure the player base would revolt. They would lose players. It's already like, honestly, even though we have 3 sets a year, 3 full sets a year, which is ultimately more content than mid sets, it still feels like sets are too long, which is wild, because sets before were 6 months long in their totality, but now it feels like sets are too long and it's 4 months long. It's weird. I'm not entirely sure how to fix it. They try to do things like set revival, Chunk's treasure, but like it's not scratching the itch. But I'm not out here asking for 4 sets a year either, if that makes sense. I'm not asking for Riot to ask to do even more sets. That's more learning, more unlikelihood that they get balance correct. You know, they have to. It's just gonna be like a lot. Like the pace is like too fast. So there's gotta be something there. Branching out on 3-2. He gets Experiment Emblem. What? You think branching out is tailored? There's no way this dude has Rageblade, Last Whisper, IE Slammed with 2 Experiment in, clicks branching out, and then it gets an Experiment Emblem. I play less than 100 games a set, and they always feel great. I love the length. Says Bored Steve. I only started playing this set. What were the mid sets? So mid sets were like basically they would do a halfway expansion by removing some traits and replacing with new traits, keeping like 75% of the units but rotating 25% of them out. And what ended up happening was the trait web would just make less sense a lot of times because they don't want to replace, like in this case, let's say they replace Rel. Rel is actually quite interlinked with a lot of different boards, but you don't want to reprint a Conqueror, Sentinel, and Visionary. So you would reprint something else. Maybe it's like Experiment, Sentinel, and Sorcerer or something like that. So it's like a new mix, like a new possibility. But like doing stuff like that messes with the trait web like a lot, which kind of messes with some of the flow. So sometimes the mid set update would literally just like make things worse, not like objectively holistically, but just like it made the gameplay felt more like rigid and worse, because they were just like they were trying to do new things. And then but a lot of times but the thing about mid sets is that it was always like a way you could save a bad set. Some mid sets were really good, like 5.5 honestly probably saved TFT. Like it was like the predecessor to saving TFT, because set 6 is what really saved TFT. But like set 5.5 was like a huge thing, and then 7.5 was like way better than 7 and stuff like that. But then 9.5, oh my god, like let's just not talk about 9.5. The worst set in modern history. Straight downgrade. I actually ranked set 9 as one of my favorite sets despite its BS. Set 9 is like top 5 for me. 9.5 is like bottom 3, alongside set 5, set 7, and set 2. It's like it's a 4-way race for the bottom 3. Which one was 9.5? That was the one where they released Bilgewater as a vertical trait, and you would go 3 RFC Neela with Pandoras. You would have Pandoras, and you would go RFC, RFC, RFC. That was a set where multicasters were a thing, and 2-star 2 costs multicasters were killing everything. That was a set where we also figured out that playing every vertical was like, people talk about there's too much vertical going on in this set, which I can kind of get behind, right? It was always 6 sorcerer, like you always want to activate 6 visionary, things like that. You want to play 6 to 8 enforcer, you want to play 6 conqueror, 7 rebel, so on and so forth. That's 9.5. That set was like literally everyone would be picking Earth, which is a legend, and you guarantee got Toma traits, which Toma traits is basically a random emblem that you open up off. You would sell the tome, and it would give you 4 emblem choices. And it was just literally everyone playing 2-1, open up a tome, and picking an emblem and just playing to that vertical and hoping that you could hit 9. And it was like 9 Noxus, 9 Demacia, 9 Bilgewater, 9 Ionia. It was so silly. Worst regionals patch probably ever. Worst worlds patch definitely ever. Worst balance on launch, because it was like okay, maybe not worst balance on launch, because Syndra was pretty bad too on set 12. But set 9.5 was like Bilgewater literally did like way too much flat damage that all you had to do was build Even Shroud, Last Whisper, and that was it. And Bilgewater would literally, the trait would drop a cannonball and wipe enemy teams. And so the lobby was legitimately 7 to 8 Bilgewater players, because all you needed was the traits. It didn't matter like how many Bilgewater, like it didn't matter like what you got, as long as you got the Bilgewater online. It was so bad. Holy cow. So 9.5 was like a dumpster fire. Complete dumpster fire. And then on top of the usual, like there were bugs and other things like that. Okay, Fire Sale. Fire Sale. Sentinel Tower Defense is not bad. He's at 31 HP? Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. He's like way too low. He's way too low. I will say one thing about these TFT overlays is that I feel like I'm so used to being health as like the big thing to look at, and there's too many things that draw my attention away from it. Usually health is like the biggest indicator of how I'm understanding the pace of the game, and it always makes it feel like these overlays are not valuing that enough. Like I have to look and like understand exactly how much. I know that you should be trained to look at it, but like there's even other subtle things like this circle, this red circle is supposed to indicate how much health they have left, like a life bar. So the person at 100 HP has the full red circle, and the person at 31 HP has a third of his life. You'll see it next time. But like that's still not intuitive to me. Like you see how like 53 HP, this is half of a circle. Okay, so we're looking for Twitch 1. So the issue with this is that I think he's playing too many 1-stars. So the problem with Twitch is that you just need to hit before stage 4 carousel in order to feel like you're doing well. Otherwise, you just feel like you're behind. Or other people are low rolling, so you get these rounds for free. And you have time to wait until like until 5-1 hits. Sometimes other people are low rolling as well. Like this is just a Trist 2 with Runins, who's going slow 8s. So that's a free round. Most overlays suck. They don't show if a person lost or won. Yeah, it's like there's elements of it that like are clever. So another thing, for example, that you guys don't that I'll point out, LiShao, this is the guy's POV they run. He's playing Quick Strikers. You can also see that they cut a small circle to show if they're next likely to play, right? So LiShao's 3 matchups are these 3 players. But these are like really subtle things that like unless you train your eye to look at it, you're never gonna notice it. You're just never gonna notice it. I realized I didn't update the thing. This is Viktor's visions. Sorry. Wasn't it Deathblade on Twitch and Last Whisper on Caitlyn? Last Whisper, Twitch is a better applier of Last Whisper than Caitlyn is, and has better synergy with crit. But if you want one or the other, either IE or Deathblade or IA. It's rare that you want both on Twitch. Unless I'm misunderstanding your question. But IE Last Whisper, Rageblade is like perfectly acceptable on Twitch. Believe it or not, I'm pretty sure Twitch items actually don't even truly matter. I feel like people tend to obsess over Twitch items, but I'm pretty sure like just slam 3 good enough items that like kind of make sense, and like just focus on upgrades. Focus on upgrades. Like I feel like optimizing 5 to 10% more damage on Twitch is not actually as important as like your macro, and so like how are you setting up your duo carry, because Twitch needs a duo carry. Okay, so he actually is gonna remove. So now he puts IE Last Whisper on Caitlyn. I think that makes more sense. Boom. It's all fine. Also, he has removers, so if he was gonna hit upgrade soon like that, it's all good. Oh, he's playing Tristana reroll with emissaries, or he's trying to play quirky. But he's going slow 8. LiTuChuan waited. He actually went to 8 just now. You can see it because he's 0 out of 76. So he went to 8 at 4-5 instead of 4-2. I don't think he's rerolling Trist. I think he's like trying to play Trist until he hits Corky. Because usually when you play reroll Trist and you're trying to go for... When you play a reroll 2 cost of some kind, you're playing for 4 cost, you roll on 7. So I think he's just trying to transition to AD emissary.
犹豫，只有5块钱。根深蒂固。乌鸦还行，还行。
I'm always lose with Twitch when I get dropped 0 bows. Well, if you are playing Twitch with 0 bows, then you probably took the wrong line. That's definitely like an element of TFT you have to be mindful of. Like, just because you have good units and a good augment for it, if you have a bad item set up and you, part of it is that you think you're like, okay, well I should be able to get a bow sometime this game. But if you like really scout, you can kind of sometimes even think like, okay, I probably won't get bows. And I know part of it is like unlucky, but you shouldn't really be thinking too much about Twitch if you don't have easy access to bows. I think that's like a big part of it. And that means you're just relying on luck or good luck, which is not the kind of luck that you want to rely on, in my opinion. Now that depends though. Some combos are so powerful that you just go for it, right? So you don't have good family items, but you have family and you have no scout, no pivot, and you know you have a Violet 2 or like a Draven 2. Like you can get started with it. Like sure, your items are bad, you can figure it out. But like Twitch is a unit that like you definitely want to have a good start with because tempo matters. Tempo matters like a lot. Isn't this Touch of Frost? It looks like it is, yeah. Bing. That means ice. I think. Why do they have heart rate? Because if they had no heart rate, they would be dead. I've never thought to take it on Twitch. Oh, Twitch is actually one of the better appliers of Touch of Frost. The UIs used on streams, is there a better way to show what player we're looking at? There probably is. I mean, the reality is, I think that the UIs are a good step in the right direction, but they could be optimized a lot more. And I appreciate that they're even trying, right? Because this takes development resources. Clearly, like, to develop this overlay takes resources and effort. And they try to make a good overlay. And there's things about it that I like. You know, I like that, for example, they show points. That's helpful. This basically shows the tournament standing. So LightYgo is currently in first, but again, you don't really pick that up unless you either know Chinese or know the overlay, because the character on this is Fin, which means like points. But like you really don't pick that up intuitively unless you're like you're able to read that. But they clear that, but I like that they have points on it, so it can show you their tournament place standing, so it shows you the stakes of the game. Rumble 2? How are people so good at hitting Rumble 2 on 8? I don't get it. There's something weird about Rumble. I just don't understand. Rumble 2 on 8 always. I have a meat and cheese adult Lunchable. Adult Lunchables are great. Shojin Last Whisper, who's this go on? Jace? Oh, he's second rowing Casio because he's lacking frontline. Oh god! The mag entrance Swain lets the Rumble go all the way to our back line. That is not good. That is not good. LightYgo going 6 opens up the tournament a little bit more because he's been top 4 all day. I think his scores are 1, 2, 3. You understand Chinese? Not a lot. Not a lot. Un poco. Oh, GP3. Okay. This is the third time we've seen LightYgo play for Gangplank 3/Form Swapper. Like he plays around Jace, he plays around Gangplank, plays around Vi and Bessa like a lot. And this dude actually just straight up plays AD flex. Like he's willing to play around all different kinds of variations of the board. I'm assuming he's gonna make final lobby because he has so many points. He's right now in a big lead, but
Man, I'm getting more dogged again.
there might be something to it. He's like the only player doing this as well. He took crown guarded into AD flex and went to GP. Last game he played form swappers, and the time before that he played pit fighter vertical. So he basically just plays some kind of amalgamation of Vi, GP, Jace, and Bessa, and just plays AD flex. The game he had before was he played on Trenchcoat, so he played on Mbessa as his primary, and then Jace in the back line. Mino! Thanks for 24 months, man. 2 years. Amazing. Thank you, man. Why not Sam Gargoyles? Let me see. Why not Sam Gargoyle? Oh. Oh, he has Pandora's, you guys. He has Pandora's. He's probably green for something else. Does he not have Sunder? He might be green for Even Shroud. Another form swapper, but this is for sorcerers. How many go to final lobby? 4 people go to final lobby out of these 8 players. So I think basically Yu-Gi-Oh can lock in his spot with this game. I think if he top 4s, I think he's locked in. If not, then I think like he goes 6th. I think there's a chance he misses, but that's probably unlikely. Still, I think he's still pretty likely to make it. A Smeech 3. He actually has a GP in a pretty safe spot. Teaming up Locket's also really good too. Oh my gosh, does he beat the Smeech player? Ah, close. Kind of close. It's okay. It's a 6th. He almost got a 5th. Oh well. It didn't look like that good. I think part of it is that he had no combat. He had like all econ and items and stuff like that. Like not true combat. Yeah, also 6 costs are hard to overcome. The classic. The classic. This is the other fight of the player that got eliminated. Are you telling me Rumble 2 on 8? You telling me Rumble 2 on 8 went 5th? He has Sentinel +1 on 2-1. We didn't have Econ start. He rolls on level 8, hits Rumble 2, hits it, and it's not enough. Wasn't that Academy as well? That's wild. Is he playing Pit Fighter Flex? Sort of, yeah. Problem is, I'm pretty sure 6 Pit Fighter matters a lot because it's so much healing. So I feel like when you play Pit Fighter, you really want 6. Oh, okay, all right. A big deal. That is a big deal. Caitlyn too. I never played set 7 where dragons like 6 costs that showed up in your shop. Yeah, they were just units that cost twice as much gold and took 2 spots on your board. There was legitimately times where like your board was just like 4 units on level 7. It was just silly. And because dragons were so expensive, your roll downs were also really quick. Because dragons were very, very pricey, so sometimes you would just like roll down, hold 2 dragons, find a dragon pair, and then you had 2 dragon pairs, and that was your entire roll down. Do you guys remember the Jade, the QiYue siphon, so the Soifin? Siphon boards. Your board would literally just be like 5 units. It'd be like Jade units and Siphon, and you just spent all your gold in like 5 rolls. You fast ate it and rolled down, and your gold, you'd be done rolling. It's just so funny. Oh man. Because the dragons are just so expensive, man. Oh lord, I can't. I can't.
这边也是3张，3张6费卡。好，金克斯来了。
5伏击也是一个大提升啊。
Dragons were fun.
都补上了。
Sure.
图传好像留了一个3星的。
You're right.
6张。
I don't have the energy today. You're right. Dragons were great. Bring back dragons.
或者是真变态，但是它的质量就是。
Does this guy have lucky gloves? His TTs are pretty good.
哎，跑开了。
9口的终身黄铜的飞机，
老人还在。
Oh, Viktor.
这个盖伦也太硬了。
This is actually a really good comeback from LiTuChuan. Remember, he was the guy who went slow 8. He was the guy who decided to go 8 very slow and on 4-5 and play for the corgi.
他还有梅尔的
2星梅尔的可能性是吧？对，看看能不能追出来。
Good stuff.
梅尔是下载了。
Shimmer was that set? Shimmer scale? Yeah, it was. That's where we got Gold Collector and no, not Gold Collector. That's where we got Gambler's Blade from. Gambler's Blade and Mogul's Mail. Those are all Shimmer scale items.
6费大西和他的小伙伴。
Okay, Smeech 3.
好，碰上外交。
It's actually really surprising that LiTuChuan got to the top 3 because his spot looked kind of bad. Cause it looked like he was rerolling Tristana on 8. He's playing Trist Orky duo. I think Smeech assassinated the Viktor before Viktor could cast. That's actually fight swinging. I think he would have won the fight otherwise. LiTuChuan survives. No one dies. That was the only set I skipped entirely. Yeah, good call. Good call. Anybody, sometimes that's the thing about TFT. You can just skip a set and you won't miss a beat. You're not going to miss out on progression. It's not going to come back later, I think. It's not going to be like something that's important for the next set. It doesn't even matter if you really learn that set at all for like future knowledge. You just like, unless they do a big systems change, but you can just learn that next set. Like, let's say you skipped last set and you're like, oh, I didn't realize they reworked magnetic removers and things like that in the item bench. You'll get used to it. Also, I think we're like fully used to the item bench, right? Like now I'm at the point where I see items here and it looks weird to me. Like I'm at the point where now I look here and I'm just like, it's just items are so weird now to like look at when they're boxed. I like to think the item rework was pretty successful. Or the item bench rework was pretty successful. I'm completely used to it now. Yeah, Smeech unstoppable. The unsmeechable. Between Smeech and Warwick, there's just so much hopping around and just utter BS going on. Controversial opinion, I liked Little Legends. Little Legends still exists. What are that's a cold ass take. That is below freezing. What do you mean I liked Little Legends? I do like the items don't look clumped together anymore, that you can create the items on the bench now. Yeah, that's true. I like that. I like how organized it could feel, because remember, organizing your bench was like awkward. And remember, you couldn't pick up so many, like you got locked. Heaven forbid you play in a portal where items drop and you couldn't pick it up because you just didn't have any more slots anymore. And then there were also glitches where items would be on top of other items by accident. So you would sometimes click it and literally you click the wrong thing because there's like a sword and a bow on top of the same thing. It was just not good. That was like the worst part. So they fixed a lot of that while making it while just straight up improving it. Like not just like fixing the bugs, but fixing the bench entirely. Can you create items on the bench in mobile? Yes, yes you can. Oh yeah, also invisible items as well. That's right. Like back, I don't know if you guys remember, but item removers, sometimes you had too many of them. So you would literally just have to use them to free up bench space. Like you would get the items here and you would literally just like have like 3 removers and you know you're coming up for a big turn. So you just like use them to get to like get them off your bench. It was just so annoying, man. So cumbersome. Nothing is happening and this guy's heart rate is at 140. This guy's playing in a high stakes TFT tournament. And in general, some players deal with high baseline anxiety and it's like stressful because his entire season is on the line and he has 2 games left. What do you mean nothing is happening? And he lost. Oh no, he won. Never mind. I misread it. It's hard. If you've never competed, it makes me think that you've never competed in anything high level. No flame. It just makes me feel like you've always been a scrub at everything you've played. If you like really think like nothing's going on. It's only a game. Why does he have to be stressed? Yeah, you're right. Never mind. I forgot the old adage. Why you have to be mad? It's only game. Why you have to be mad? He's a good guy. He's mad that the cold is -32. It's really cool to see how stressed he is. 150 is wildly high heart rate sitting down. When I was playing the Street Fighter event, my heart rate hit 160. I hit 160 while playing Street Fighter. How would you rank CN versus current NA? I would say that the best. I would say that NA, our best players are better than their best players, but on average, China has more good players. I like a lot. I would say I think that they have us beat on depth. But our best players, I think, are better than their best players. Personally. Alright. Posting these in my stream notes. You guys can join Discord. Also, if you're a sub, make sure you link your Discord. Make sure you link your Discord to your Twitch. That way you can hang out with us and type in sub chat. Hi, sub chat. This just happened on Emily's stream. Whole lobby got 10 HP on wolves. Yeah, it's like the next teaser. Can anyone tell me the context of why you have to be mad meme guy? Well, because I don't know if you've watched these hockey professional players, but they seem kind of mad all the time. Like, literally nothing could happen, and they just start fighting.
224分的选手分别是上一局登顶的LilUo，以及在第3局拿到登顶的LiTuChuan。然后第一是
Hold on a second. 4 nations.
今天前3局分别拿到1、2、3名
USA, Canada, fight.
分的 LightYgo。然后再往中间来看的话是19分的TianLong，
3 fights in 9 seconds.
15分的PaiMengRen，以及13
USA versus Canada starts with 3 fights in the first 9 seconds. Literally nothing happened. And they're just already beating the shit out of each other. 1 second. Hold on. You just have to see this. It's just like the fake for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. 2 seconds of regulation have passed. I just want to point this out. 20 minutes per period. 2 seconds of regulation passed. So then, yeah, like why, it's only a game. Why do you have to be mad? That's what context do you need? It's just hockey, man. It's gladiators on ice. I mean, that's what we come. That's what we come to see, right? We came here to see the game. Nah, who cares? Came here to see people punch the shit out of each other. Season-ending injuries. The best part is the refs just literally backing everyone out. Like, no, don't get involved. That always gets me because, like, in every other brawl in sports, the refs like immediately try to break it up. They're trying to get them to stop, right? Like, hey, come on, man. Their teammates get into a like. Baseball huddles are the worst fights. The bench is clear and everyone just does a mosh pit rave. Everyone just comes in and everyone's just sitting there in traffic in one giant crowd. Like nothing happens. But hockey is like, no, let them finish out one-on-one. It's actually just kind of hype, actually. They stop it once it goes to the ground. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense because it can get really ugly when you don't want it to get out of control. Also, it sounds really weird, but if any of you guys have never fought someone before, sometimes when you do this,
man, I'm getting more dogged again.
When you straight up brawl like this, you actually end up liking the guy more afterwards. It might just because we're like, it might literally be monkey brain. But sometimes when you fight someone like that, you like come out of the exchange like better friends and like, whoa, 7 Dravens. Barkia, thank you for 2 months. Hey, Frodan, can you switch off this video game and go back to hockey? Yeah, afterwards. Let me finish up this video game first. You respect them more? Yeah, exactly. There's like it sounds okay. So it's gonna sound really weird and maybe esoteric to some of people who haven't experienced this before. But when you fight somebody and you understand like the boundaries and rules of it and like why you're doing it and what you're doing, like. And you go in with that like understanding. There's like a spiritual connection you make to the other person. I know that's like kind of weird, but if you've never actually fought someone with like rules and regulations, not because you're just like pissed at the guy, it's really interesting. It's quite profound. It's quite profound because like humans, I think humans are just, we originate from conflict, so it feels like kind of a deeply personal thing on a primal level, if you know what I mean. And I think people who, okay, there's people in chat who definitely know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've ever like either engaged in like a combat sport or you fought under those contexts or even trained, like boxers understand exactly what I'm talking about. But to a lot of people who are like, who never actually done that, it might sound like I'm just condoning violence or something like that, and it's just not true. It's just different. It's just different. It's also, by the way, why I like fighting games, because fighting games actually taps into that a little bit, but without the actual black eyes and broken teeth and stuff like that. Because I just don't like the physical pain portion of it, but there's a little element of that in fighting games. Oh, I'm not talking about self-defense like you're trying to fend off like someone trying to rob you at gunpoint. That's different. I'm talking about like what we just watched, which is like sport, like combat sport, is probably the best way I could just say it. How many street fights have you been in? 40? Oh, no. I haven't been in that many street fights. No. I definitely have fought before, but not like many. Okay, superstars. 8 natural Draven. This guy's about to hit Draven 3. Okay, on the low, he has 8 Dravens. He won his first fight. On the low, he actually could roll one time, but probably not because the portal is. Oh wait, the portal is gold subscription. On the low, he actually could have rolled there. At level 3, I don't hate it, especially because if he hits Darius 2 or something like that, he could have actually rolled there. Is that why you and Mordog get along so well? Because we both used to be Street Fighters. Yeah. We got caught up in the wrong crowd growing up. Grew up in the wrong hood. He hit it? He says no, he's one off. This means that he's one off until issue.
等他3杠2，看能不能刷到海克斯，对吧？刷到海克斯一定是海克斯。
It means like he's missing one copy. That's kind of what this means. Tristana 2 Drake. Okay, you probably lean into this now. Dude, this feel after watching the hockey brawl, this feels so like calm comparatively. We're just like watching people just like literally drop the puck, drop the gloves, and immediately just start punching each other, and everyone's just losing their shit. They're like, yeah, yeah, break his face.
我记得赛季初期的时候，那种斗士炮手是有人在玩的。
Starry Night, build different, Wandering Trainer, Starry Night again. Bruiser. Oh, I'm covering part of it. Bring back chess boxing. Didn't? Is it banned? I know a guy that does chess boxing. He's quite good at it. He actually likes TFT. I actually really liked when Ludwig did chess boxing. That was kind of cool. You know what? If I ever got invited to a chess boxing event, I think I would be down, but I don't think my wife would be down. I think she would hate it. Like she just wouldn't want me to get injured. I think I'd be down.
他这个左耳能不能追个3星的史密奇？已经2只了。
TFT boxing, dude, that would never happen. TFT players just do not have the aura. I'm sorry.
去追一个3星史密奇，效果还不错。
前面比赛里面应该是0你吧，好像是玩了一把拾荒者史密奇3星。
The same people who type a comp and deafen. They're the worst kind of people who fight. They run away from the fight. You would just have 2 people like who would score 1 point on their opponent. They would go for 1 punch and then evade for the entire fight because it's like optimal or whatever. Because the stats say so. You know what I mean? Who has like actual like aura to actually go into TFT boxing? I think like Robin would. You're like
哇，底下5张蓝发。
好帅啊！是啊，但他这个克隆设施应该就是克隆个盖伦吧
？Yeah, Box actually has literally done it, hasn't he?
还行啊，输了其实对他来说
你要的连败还是来了。
I don't know who you guys would pit me against. I don't know who I would go up against in TFT boxing. Maybe Bryce, but the thing is, Bryce now would kick my ass. That dude has put on 15 pounds of muscle, and he's gonna put on 15 more, and he's literally gonna be built like a Chad pretty soon. One of these days, Bryce is gonna roll up to my co-stream, and he's gonna be like the Doge meme, where he's like super ripped. And then I'm gonna be like the other Doge that's like crying. You know what I mean? The one that's like sobbing. But you beat his ass in TFT. Well, that's what matters. Coining facility. This is probably gonna be. Is this emissaries? It might be sorcerers. He does have the sorcerers on the bench. But he also has an early Corki. He does have IE, so like it's kind of likely that he wants to lean into AD if he doesn't get dropped a tier or rod. Because if he dropped like another glove, oh, He's about to get a 3-item orb. You know what sucks about losing to Krugs now? This last Krug you could lose to could have 3 items in it. You definitely do not want to lose by 1 Krug anymore. 3 items in one. Dude, if you're down 3 components, you're just down a full gold augment. It's just over. Okay, let's go ahead and skip forward. Is it me or is Frodan extremely low? Well, according to OBS, my volume goes up to here, and you don't want your volume to go red. If your volume goes red, then it turns into a danger zone, so you always want it to, like, be around here. So, the system says it's fine on my end. Okay, looks like a little unfortunate tech pause. We are back. Draven 3. Oh, he's level 5-1. Oh, wait, he actually hit Draven 3 and leveled. Probably for family odds. You don't see that very often, though. Milk actually talked about this on our co-stream. He says, like, you shouldn't really ever be leveling there for the econ because you need it, but we'll see. Maybe he's going to push levels. Maybe he's not playing family. Maybe he'll play Draven and then tempo and something else. We'll see. Your streams are always pretty low. Well, it's because I use like an actual sound system. I have my settings turned to max within the confines of what it recommends. What could have been? Oh wow. Okay, so you got the Garen already. Yeah, that makes sense. Should you ever level for shop odds? Yes. There are too many scenarios to list out though, so I'll just have to say like generically yes. And it just depends on what comp you're playing. Anger issues? Kog'Maw? Anger issues Twitch? Probably anger issues just Twitch. I think his anger issues is not like particularly amazing in the Twitch setup. Maybe he's gonna play Zeri? Oh.
黄毛到底就有个问题啊，你打中期确实会很强很强，但打到大后期后就出现问题，就是没有减抗，然后前排没有装备，腰带一流的打不动了。
Getting a little stuffy in here.
所以卓尔不群可能更多的还是看你追卡能不能追得特别完美。
嗯，对，不过他3、4阶段就很对了。嗯，他只是说那后面的事情后面再说。这边卓尔也有老鼠了，2张史密奇加老鼠。
If I only watch Frodan stream fun, I turned up to max. He sounds fine, but anything else needs to be at like 5 to 10% volume in comparison. Do you have your volume mixer difference? Like maybe your browser is higher or lower? You should probably look at some stuff. I gotta admit, I charge $20 an hour for IT support. So my people will be invoicing you soon.
说实话，应该也不像是在低人口追啊，我感觉更像是个8人口。你随缘，你有没有3小炮？你没有的话，那我就把你当副 C 了。
对的。
我咋感觉他这小炮能3啊，对吧？
我真感觉他能3，我觉得他是8口3。
Like one off Morgana 3 for the guy in 8th place as well. He's holding 8 Morganas on the bench.
有一张安倍上。
That's cheap. Can I hire you? Sure. I'm not. I'm not. I can't promise you though. I can't actually do much IT support, but I am capable of pushing the power button a couple times. It does seem like you come it at lower levels than some other streamers. Just try to aim for a near standard. I am. I'm at negative. What do you mean at negative 15? I am. That's exactly where I'm at. Right here. You see the peaks? My peaks is at negative 15. Exactly. Well, not exactly. A little bit higher than that, actually.
继续加，能有已经有了希尔科，
但是他是听牌的莫高大会不会？
Okay, Randuin's immovable objects. Still looking for Morgana 3. Coronation.
蓝盾也卸了。
Coronation 2 trick.
再吃到
300，最多吃了300。300。PaiMengRen 这边光阳刀也还。
Superstars. Radiant Rage Blade. Interesting. Is that the item that you want on Draven? Well, it's better than Last Whisper and BT, so I guess part of the thing about Radiant Refractor is that you just have to like go with whatever is your first item that you can make. 'Cause you don't want to wait like too many rounds before you can like make an item, because then you lose a lot of the value of the augment because you get stronger immediately. BT Draven. Wait a second. Does Draven go infinite? Oh my! Wait a second. Are we playing set 5 Draven? This is exactly how we built set 5 Draven. Except instead of Last Whisper, you give him Infinity Edge. And you would position him as like a second row carry to actually tank. What the heck? This is some innovation? That was your input, not your output. That is my output. That's my audio mixer. You're not looking at my actual tech input. I mean, I can increase it a little bit on my side here. This is like a small increase in volume. A small one. Yes, that really helps. Okay, great. Thank you. Please, I'm going to send out a survey. If you could fill it out, please give me 5 stars so that my supervisor can see it. It could really help me out. And I hope you have a good day. If you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to close this chat. 3-star Morgana. Good stuff. Good stuff. 打野的时间了，也要提醒我们线上以及屏幕前的各位意识朋友们 ，TOC 10全国总决赛观赛口令福利来了！登录英雄联盟客户端，进入云顶之弈主页，在云顶主页。Are you able to increase your overall volume, not just your voice for the stream? Well, the thing is, I could increase my volume, but it's rare that you ever want to be at 100%. And basically, I put it at like 95. On my side manually, so I increased that last 5%, but maybe that's the difference maker that people want. Why is everyone playing Sentinel Zarya and Watcher Zarya is better in the stats? Because Sentinel Zarya is cheaper and faster to get online. And also, it's not worth playing Watcher Zarya a lot of times because you don't really care that much about 2 Firelight. You care a lot about 4. And so part of the issue is if you don't hit a Firelight emblem and then you look at the stats, it does look like Sentinel's area is closer. And then you factor in one other thing, which is when you roll for Watcher's area, you want to roll kind of at 7, which means that you're on a delayed tempo curve, like you're on a slower curve than 2 cost rerollers, generally speaking. And sometimes you can't afford to do so. So it's all about like contextual. Sometimes you do it, sometimes you don't. That being said, I'm not a Zeri believer in general, and I think Zeri is quite mid. Actually, not even mid. I think she's actually below average now, and I'm generally not looking to do that.
卓尔的话，我觉得如果他养史密奇，我觉得确实是挺合理的。
How many people from this live move on? 4 people. 4 people. I'm trying to read through. A lot of people are talking about volume of the stream now. I hope that it's at an adequate level for you guys. So, okay, stakes on the line here. So the person in 8th place, 11 points, he's out. He can't make it. LiTuChuan's at 24. 24 points is tied for 2nd place currently. The points is right here. So top 4 make it out. So if he goes 7th, he's vulnerable. He definitely gets outpaced by him and LightYgo, so he's 3rd. And he has to hope that this person and this person doesn't top 2. Oh no, so this person doesn't top 2 and this person doesn't win. He's pretty safe, I think. He's pretty safe. I think, okay, so that's probably why he played Zeri. I think he played Zeri from the idea that a lot of times you can get like a 5th or 6th at worst. Because that's not the case. Looks like he might be going 7th. But he was playing for like a 5th or 6th to guarantee it. Except if he goes 8th, that could be really bad. Uh-oh. Because if he goes 8th, then he's at 25 points. 17 needs, or sorry, 19 needs a 3rd to tie him. And then 17 needs a 2nd to tie him. He's very vulnerable there. If okay, not very vulnerable. He's like very reasonably vulnerable at this point. Everyone else is playing for like the 4th spot though. He's still rolling his radiant item. Dude, you can't be doing that, man. Yeah, he's 8th. You gotta do something. I know he's like, he's probably under the impression like, okay, I have to go out for Zeri item, but like you just can't. You can't be down a Prismatic. He's down his entire Prismatic. Frodan, I know you're tournament winning during Worlds weekend. In your humble opinion, what's the best way for us co-streamers, watchers can watch Worlds? You guys can go check out Mordog, and I think T-Live said he might do one. Oh, he won a fight. He takes the pan. Trying to go for what, a Sentinel emblem here? Dude, this guy is, I guess at this point he's just like, whatever, I'm gonna play for like the optimistic scenario. That's too optimistic for me. That is way too optimistic for me. He's getting a Sentinel emblem? A Bruiser emblem. Did the Chinese caster say "What's up"? That's pretty funny. That's basically like saying the F word. I don't think he did. Does the ranking matter for the 4 that advance? No. The only person that's guaranteed through right now, I think, is LightYgo. I think it's almost impossible for him to. It basically is possible now based on the HP count, but going to the game, I think it was like virtually impossible. Now it's like definitely impossible. Could it be Firelight? Firelight is not that good on Zeri, but it could be. It's better than nothing. He's also waiting for the end of stage 4, right? End of stage 4, he's gonna get more components. I missed the NA qualifier. Who classified? So the person that won was Wajan Iverson. Wajan Iverson went first. Second place was Dish Soap. Third place was Dank Memes. So they're through, and then we have Darth Noob and Precedent as the 5 players that went through, and then our QP earner from the regular season was Spencer. So we have a 6-player lineup, pretty good, one of the best we've sent, and it's just in general like an all-star lineup. And I think all of them are very capable of doing well. Precedent gets his first Worlds appearance, which is long overdue. So a lot of people are really excited for that. Is this Mini-Me's? Oh no, this is Call of the Week. He finally takes a rating on him, by the way. He does Radiant Steadfast. Also, does he have the spatula still? He can do a Sentinel emblem. Oh my god, it actually worked out. It actually kind of worked out. The odds of Dish Soap winning Worlds probably like 12 to 15%. That's really high. But yeah, it's pretty low. Hey, Alawi 2, anger issues BD with Twitch. He has giant size Alawi. Wow. No utility. Wow, he didn't even come close to killing this guarantee. Way too much HP. Wow, it's actually really close. LiTuChuan's making the comeback. 12, 14, 20. Remember, LiTuChuan goes like 6. I think he's through. So he's trying to like play for like the 6. Whoa. Starry Night? This is Starry Night. Yeah, like what? That's crazy. This is a crazy level 8 shop. This is a level 8 shop. Is Build Different bad? No. It's pretty decent. I wouldn't say that it's... I think maybe it's a little too high on our TFT Academy list, but it's not like a B either. Probably like a low A. Because they nerfed LeBlanc 1, so part of it was like you hit LeBlanc 1, she was really insane, and they did buff Malzahar. They did technically buff Savika, so you have, or actually she's a high roller, right? I'm just thinking about like things that they buffed. Yeah, Savika doesn't go in BD. So then they did buff like things and nerf things. You always have to evaluate Build Different a little bit separately from everything. What's BD? Built Different. Or if you work in a company, it's business development. Man, this bruiser board has so much HP. This is one of the instances where I think we talked about how you do want to play double Rage Blade with bruiser Twitch. The only issue is that he's going up against another like triple Rage Blade scaling, so he kind of gets outmatched here. Oh, LilUo! Oh my gosh, 25-26. So the two 24-point players went 7-8. There's an opening. One of these players could get scammed. TianLong can sneak his way in. He's the most likely player to get through. So, LightYgo is through 100%. LiTuChuan went 8th, so LilUo is very likely in. I think he should be in. But LiTuChuan went 8th with Zeri. Dude, Zeri sucks. I am not playing a single Zeri game today. I mean, I might have Zeri on my board, but I'm just kind of trying to avoid Zeri like the plague. Wait, he went Kog'Maw 3, I just realized. He went Anger Issues, Kog'Maw 3. Oh, what the heck? Wait a second, that's kind of cool. Okay. So 20 points, that's not enough. So basically TianLong is the only person that can get in now, because TianLong has to get a third, would be 6 points, 25. So a second secures it for TianLong. It's impossible for LiShao to make it because he's at 13. It's impossible for PaiMengRen to make it. He's at 15 because he even gets 9 points. It's 24. It's impossible for BigBol to make it. He's at 11. Dude, 11 points in 4 games. That's brutal. Light is 3 Ambessa away from 3-star. I think, unfortunately, that's actually wrong because I think he's playing Cloning Facility. So I think it's actually counting both of his Ambessas as as Ambessa 2s on his board, but I'm pretty sure he only has 3 Ambessas. It's a flaw with like the overlay. But yeah. All right. TianLong 26. I don't know. I don't think he can get second. I think it's actually likely he gets a 4th. Based off his HP count and the one time we saw his board, but I haven't seen it in a couple rounds. I like the Academy overlay. Yeah. It also shows you some Chem Baron of like what the guys cashed out. Ah, Morgana reroll hit the Warwick. Love to see that. Inspiring Epitaph. I do think Morg reroll is quite good. This is TianLong. He's playing AD Emissaries, Garen 1, Mel. Yeah, I mean it's like it's okay. It's not bad. His board's not bad. Is it good enough to like top 2 though? I don't think so. It's like on level 8. I think he's just praying for like a scam and some amazing fight RNG, and he has Mel, so he's trying to like Mel scam placements here. Ooh, that's a critical loss. 4th is absolutely not good enough. 4th is only 5 points. He's at 23 or 24. He needs a 3rd. He needs BigBol to take 2 bad losses, and he needs to win one of his next 2. Otherwise, the top 4. Oh wait, no, I'm actually messing this up. 4 people go through, right? Oh wait, PaiMengRen was also in the. Okay, wait, hold on. I miscalculated. He was in the running. No, he's actually fine. So he's almost through then. Oh no, he's in through now. Oh no, he's actually good. No, 4th is good enough because he was actually competing with the guys that just died. Because 4 people make it through. Oh, so he's good. He's good. Okay, well then we have our top 4. My bad. I for some reason in my head, I was like thinking about this, but he's through. This is a cool board. This is Wandering Trainer, Anger Issues, Kog'Maw, Twitch Duo. That's something you don't see every day. By the way, small little thing about the overlay. They also have the champion that they put the anomaly on. Fun little fact. Wow, it was actually kind of competitive for the last slot. Looks like Taylor. So actually, I think the four most well-known players besides LiShao made it. LightYgo, LilUo, LiTuChuan, and TianLong. All those players have been to Worlds before. Except for no, all of them have been to Worlds. One of them won Worlds. So the 4 most established players got through. I mean, LiShao is probably, there's like 5 established players, so one of them couldn't make it. And LiShao is quite accomplished as well. But yeah, he's good to go. Why does in best have a 3? This just means that he's 3 off in best of 3, but that's not even true. He's actually only on best of, only 3 copies because cloning facility. LightYgo loves Gangplank, man. This guy I think played Gangplank. He played 80 and Rageblade and Gangplank like every game. Damn, and he won. All right, TianLong's through, 24 points. Good stuff. All right, last couple rounds, and then that'll be it for who's making final lobby. Is it not possible to redeem LOL chess review with channel points anymore? No, because LOL chess, looking at people's profiles is not very effective when they removed augments, because augment decisions were a big part of analyzing that. So unfortunately, it's not very effective anymore. All right. If there's anything I've learned, I need to think more about this Form Swapper emissary stuff. Form Swapper, GP, Pit Fighter, emissary tree. That's got to be some of the discoveries of the meta. I think LightYgo played it in like 4 out of 5 games today, and he won the group. So there's definitely something here. Definitely something here. Would you ever make a Giga redeem for a single game VOD review? Yes, I would. I would. That sounds like a good idea. I mean, the thing is, I don't think people ever really are interested in doing that, but it's like something possible. I'm rooting for the Kog'Maw player. This is pretty cool. Anger Issues Kog'Maw. Angry's just Kog'Maw Twitch. He's not even playing vertical automata, he's just playing bruisers. Let's crank 3. Kind of a unit. Oh, too much AoE. Wait, LightYgo wins the lobby? He's dead? Wild. Okay. You know what? Remember how I was talking trash about Jace? This guy is making me look real dumb because I was trash talking Jace a lot. You already have it? It costs $750. Yeah, I was being coy. Viktor. Okay, so this is Morgana with 3-star Renata Morgana reroll. Mel. I mean, we haven't seen. So this is technically before the Vex buff. So like Vex reroll is still not really a thing right now. Let's see it. Jace 2, GP 2, or Swapper 4 Emissary plus Mel, and then it's Visionary plus Viktor. Whoa. I mean, the other guy's level 10. It's gonna be hard to beat level 10. I mean, I guess he technically has cloning facilities, so he has more units, but yeah. All right. Okay, last fight. This is not really a meaningful fight, but we'll see. Who wins the last one? To be fair, GP feels like backline Jace's best friend. Oh yeah, I mean, if you play 4 Form Swapper, it seems like it's pretty good with Jace, but the reality is, I don't see a lot of people have success with it. Infectious Anomaly makes a lot of sense. He takes teaming up a lot. It seems like he understands how to play the line well. So. All right. That should be it. Oh, wait. Oh, living. What can you use spatulas with in the quick shot comp? Spatula? Not many things. You can use rebels. You can play Enforcer Emblem, but that's pretty much it. Cash for the Prime. Oh yeah, sorry. I ran out of ability to snooze the ads. So they play towards the end. Well, thankfully it's like at the very end when it doesn't really matter nearly as much. But I appreciate you guys. Okay, visionaries with the Heimer and the Renata. Okay, big gold. Can we get to level 10 now? We can. Level 10. Dude, Twitch ads are just terrible. Sorry. I saw that they're actually like making it so that anybody can get subs now, and a lot of people are saying that's because Twitch wants to be able to play ads on every channel now. I think that might be like their way of countering the people who are just like not affiliates but having a bunch of viewers. Okay. This looks like it's going much better now we got to level 10. Garen's. Nice. Wow, he wins again, huh? All right. Dude, LightYgo, this guy might be onto something. He might be onto something. AD flex, huh? True AD flex. But it's more like he leans primarily towards playing Jace, but he's willing to play around Corki. Interesting. He also has a little bit of a fan base. Everyone cheering for him. All right. I'm excited to try some of this. I'm gonna try some of it because it hasn't functionally changed very much. But all righty, let me include this. All right, I'm ready to game. Who's ready to game? What is that pose, man? Ridiculous pose. All right, GG. So China, that's the end of China semifinals. On Sunday, they're going to play the finals. These 4 players advance. LightYgo, LilUo, LiTuChuan, and TianLong. These are all worthy players. But only 2 of them will go to Worlds from the final lobby. I'm going to sign into my NA account because it's time to play some video games. Hope you guys are ready. Sign out, exit, League of Legends. Give me a sec here. I also need to use the bathroom, so I'm going to hit the Q button and go to the bathroom real quick. All right. These are the winning comps for today. Riot Games. Log in. So we had Family, we had Rebels, we had Smeech, and we had Form Swappers. All right, that first game was crazy. That first game was crazy with like the no scout, no pivot, Trenchcoat, Ultimate Hero Violet. All right, let me close this. Let me close this real quick.